Yep, we're good to go on my end.
Wrong song, anyway. Welcome back for what are we on, Miser?
34.
34. 34th session of this nightmare known as Sea of Sorrows. I'm the Dungeon Master Gothmogul, and I'm joined by our usual players. Last time, the party made it back to the Hague's Lighthouse for a bit of rest and relaxation before heading out to the Shogunate Isles. And they were on aboard their ship when one of the crewmates discovered a bit of a stowaway that was already locked in their brig. And we will go right to there. Boop. Some good music. So, you've all assembled outside the brig, where you found your previous acquaintance, Morwyn, who has chained herself to the wall somehow.
Elliot looks at one of the other crew members. Wait, did you bring her here or did she chain herself up here?
I heard a weird noise and I came in and there she was.
Looking at Morwen's direction, Elliot just adds, well, I'm half of a mind to ask, how did you get in there? The other half of me is, why did you chain yourself up here?
Oh, I thought I mentioned that. It just reminds me of my second, third, fifth, and 12th death. Chained to a wall, being eaten alive by a bird.
Right. Elliot,
Well, what you could call live. Sorry, go ahead, Miser.
no, Elliot is just wondering exactly what to say. Then kind of looks over to Kyle's direction. Oh, this is your ship, so I believe this is your responsibility to handle your stowaways. I will be on deck. And then looks over to Morwen. Good to see you again, Madam
Likewise.
Morwen. Gives a slight nod, bow, but he'll make his way to the deck. This is just too weird for him. Oh, Kyle did the BRB.
Yeah, no, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
I just was grabbing something real quick.
Yeah. Elliot did formal greetings and then just threw responsibilities onto your shoulders because you're the captain of the ship, so you deal with Morwen.
Do we? I mean, at this point, we're better off not throwing her in the ocean because she'll probably just come back anyway.
Hello, are you hungry?
She does a finger gun towards you.
Don't mess with any of the people, souls on the ship, I guess.
What kind of person do you take me for? Come on, I thought we had a great time together in the swamps. You
I'm
fed
not-
me spaghetti, I tried to feed you dead people. I mean, you punched a bunch of hags in the faces until one of them ran off, and I found them later and ate her face.
I thought you were bound to that domain. And Kyle's just kind of looking her up and down now.
No. I think I told you, right? Jimmy, didn't I tell them? Wait, I killed Jimmy. Traitorous little bastard. Nope, I'm not bound to any domain. That's kind of the problem. but I kind of just keep ending up in ones that are collapsing. Mostly for fun. It's
Oh,
entertaining.
yeah. What is this next one that we're going to collapsing?
Don't have a clue. Just know that you guys are actually very interesting. And I haven't been to the Isles before, so I thought I'd try.
Oh boy.
They say they have an undead there that's like me, except she hangs out in snow. She freezes people to death. Sounds fun. I haven't been frozen to death yet. Can
Do
I
you
freeze
even?
to death?
I was gonna say, do you even die? Like
Oh, I
ever?
could freeze solid and somebody could crush my skull. She kind of bites her lip.
I hate it here.
This is your ship.
That does not change my opinion in the slightest. Alright. Well, you're free to kind of just at least hang out down here. Just try not to bother too many people. Or use them for some weird ass something or other. Can you at least do that?
I mean, I have a feeling that our definitions of weird stuff is completely different, but sure.
Gonna
Because
just
she gives you
insight.
that overly wide, toothy, broken, bloodied grin.
I'm gonna insight this bitch. Give me a minute. I have to pull up my sheet.
While doing that, Elliot goes to the top deck. If Zinmar is there, he's immediately going to say, "The Swamp Witch, Madame Morwin, is back. I do not know how she got herself in there, and why she even chained herself up in there. But
You could roll me
yeah.
a history if you wanted,
Okay.
Elliot. You could roll a history on that if you wanted.
Oh,
I thought you did.
As far as the insight, I'm going to tell you with a 20, she's not lying. You're pretty sure that what constitutes weird to her, you probably have never even imagined.
He just like watches Kyle just rubbing the bridge of her nose, like, just don't kill anyone or use themselves for some stupid weird magic.
I mean, other than a few of you, you're all pretty much dead anyway, so it's kind of useless. And I don't do things with souls.
Oh, thank God.
Remember, I eat people and stuff, so I mean, it's kind of unless one of you dies, the rest of these are just kind of boring.
Huzzah.
Like Deckham, I kind of want to see him die, but also not because he's such a nice boy.
Thank you. I'm
I
still
wouldn't
here.
say I wouldn't say thank you to that, considering she said she wants to see you die.
Most people do.
Am I there?
You're
I
up.
just want to devour him and see what a
I guess I'm-
Warforged tastes like.
Yeah, I guess I'm not quite there.
yeah, your token's on the top deck, so I thought you were up there. But if you're downstairs,
Yeah.
you'll be at the. You'll be
Okay, so
over
Elliot,
here.
it wasn't a very high DC.
But I still rolled crap.
Yeah, you still rolled a nat 1, so you have remembrance that she was a druid or something. You know, she turned into things, but maybe you blocked that out because it was so disturbing. I mean, the rest of you could make a history check if you wanted to see if you know how she got in there.
Alright. God.
That really doesn't care.
I guess I.
Yeah, at this point,
guess I'll
Kyle's
come-
like,
I guess
she's
I'll go down
fucking
there.
here. I could be less bothered as long as she doesn't hurt anyone. And fuck my ship up.
Yeah. Elliot just chalked it up. Was like, "Yep, she's not dangerous to us yet, so as long as we're on friendly terms, I'm not gonna think too much on it."
Alright, I'm going up for some ocean air. If anyone else wants to talk to her, feel free to. Also, probably just remove the chains, but I'm pretty sure she wants to put them on herself at this point, so. She's gonna head up to the top deck.
Oh, where have you been wandering?
Well, being that the swamp collapsed and there was that big explosion when that other one popped out of existence. I wandered around the
Right.
breach
Yes.
for a while.
That was my fault.
It wasn't as much fun as I thought because everything's already dead or weird, dying. I did find a nice, peaceful group that stabbed me repeatedly. Rusty bayonets are an interesting feeling.
Ah, yes. What you must have just missed us from the breach. We found a sassy undead vampire warforged.
Really? That
Kicked
sounds neat.
the shit out of him.
They didn't last. They didn't last very long.
I think most of his bolts were loose or something because he just fell apart.
I miss things. But apparently it wasn't anybody important anyways, so it doesn't really make a big deal. Find another one. Maybe you?
Well,
Get you bit by a vampire.
Kyle might still have his head.
Sold it.
No.
Gonna say that right now. I sold it.
You remember her selling it to Barnaby.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Never mind. Barnabas has that now.
Roll me an insight, Deckham. Ends in Mar too.
I'm good at. Eh.
Zamar? Jason?
Sorry, yes, my mic was muted.
Ah, roll
Inside
him,
roll.
roll me an insight. Since you're down there.
Hold. Gotta open up my character sheet. $13.
17.
Zamar, you're not sure if she's got something in her eye or she's trying very awkwardly to wink at you. Deckham, you've kind of known her for a little while, and she's in general been very cheerful. She hasn't shown any, like, anger. It felt completely genuine, but the eye twitch was like porcelain mask breaking for a moment. But you're pretty sure she didn't even notice it happened.
We keep finding him in Rathport, right?
You found him kind of wherever.
Oh, yeah. No, we found him in 2 different ports.
Yeah, you found him in Paragon.
Is
You
it
found him in other places.
Morgon or Morgana? I can't remember.
Morrowind.
In.
Morrowind. No, yeah, Morrowind. Yeah. It was more something.
Yeah, I typed it down. The Swamp Witch, Madam Morwin. Gives her
Swamp Witch.
Technically
I
not
spelled it
wrong.
They're like winking at me. I'm like,
Well, you've also heard her called the Wraith of the or something, or what was it? The Witch of the Desert. Yeah, the Baron Ash or Lens or whatever it was.
vaguely remember.
from the last experience we had, I think I'm just terrified of Morrowind.
Well, you did see her like
Become rats.
well, since one of you remembered, you might think about how she got into those chains.
Part of me like just is like she's there now, even if she got in there.
Well,
No.
she turns into orbs, so she probably just
Yeah,
formed into.
pretty much. That's why I was like,
You know, these shackles are really more comfortable than I'm used to.
Yes. Usually you can't put shackles on yourself. Buggy thing to get in there.
Well, they were open when I got in, but so I did. So she kind of moves her arms together, where you can see that they could, but you're pretty sure she's dislocating her shoulders to do it.
yeah.
Ah. That's I lead over to Zidmar. Is that supposed to happen?
I don't know.
Right, monk. That is normal for you too. Well, if you would like dinner, I will be making beef stroganoff tonight. For the people that do eat. You bones.
I think beef stroganoff would be very nice.
And yeah, so Tech will take his leave. You kind of ran out of conversation.
What did you make her the last time that we saw her?
Spaghetti.
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 Spaghetti and pescetti.
Gave her some spaghetti.
I guess as we're walking away, I do ask her if she enjoyed her spaghetti from the last time.
One of the reasons I helped you.
It's because
You
of the
ready?
spaghetti.
What comes next?
Because of Deckham's cooking.
She just kind of is now
fucking
staring
right.
at you, like her head tilted to the side. Samar, are you ready for what comes next?
To be honest, I don't know. I can only hope so. And with a group of people around me that I have, I guess, started to call friends, I think that I'm prepared for most anything.
Do you want a piece of advice? Free of charge.
I'll definitely take advice.
Everything about the Isles is a lie.
Yes.
Go on.
How do I know that you're not alive, Morwen? Everything's a lie. All I do know is that these people have saved my life.
I didn't say your friend. I said the Isles are a lie. And as far as me lying to you, you wouldn't know if I did any. But if you really must ask, the only thing that I'm a lie about is in a facsimile of life and death. If anything, I'm just an embodiment of this place. So what lies
Well,
I have?
I will certainly keep.
What the lies that are out there? And her,
I will try to be as aware as I can.
yeah, her white cataract covered eyes are just that seem to glow that sickly yellow. Just you have that feeling she's kind of staring into your soul. That cold shiver kind of feeling.
I'm already terrified of Morwen, so something uncanny valley.
That's the point.
I always appreciate the advice, Morwen. I will do what I can to make sense of anything in these isles, if possible.
Till we meet again.
Enjoy your beef stroganoff.
I will, as you hear her like jerk her arm down and you hear her thumb and wrist dislocate as she pulls it out of the shackle to scratch or like at the top of her head.
And with that, I will not be down there anymore.
Why do you think Kyle left immediately?
Elliot was
I
the
love
first to
how my
leave.
I love how my mind just registers Morwin as that fucking "why can't you just be normal" meme of the mom yelling at the child in the car. That's just Morwin.
If you knew the
Elliot,
trauma she'd gone through, you'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I kind of figured, but
Yeah, Elliot just seeing that Zamara was the last one to leave, or at least to come up to the top deck, just adds, was there anything insightful that she may have added? Because I sort of left immediately.
Nothing more than usual. She said not to. Everything in these aisles might be not as it seems, but I kind of expect that for anywhere we go at this point, I've seen so much stuff that I did not think was even possible.
Hmm. I would hate if that particular pearl of truth or advice is the actual truth, because that would also
As I said,
mean
I don't know what to believe anytime.
true.
I mean, at the very least, she has no reason to lie to us.
She is here voluntarily.
I don't
I
think
hope
it's voluntarily, considering what she told us. That she just goes
Considering
to what
she's
place.
also attracted to Deckham's cooking.
I don't think she's attracted to his cooking either.
Like I said, I don't know what to believe when I'm here, especially with her, but I can't sense anything nefarious.
Well, here's hoping, I guess, then.
Right. I just hope that the relic that I seek that might be on that aisles is not just some fabricated story.
So one of the crew, the one that you've kind of come to know, is probably at one point the second mate.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? So, Captain, are we making any stops, or do you want to head straight there?
Probably head straight there. I don't see any real reason to stop. We have most of our supplies anyway.
Okay. Who wants to roll me a d10?
Thought you were gonna say D100, and I was like, God, please take that away from me.
I'll do it.
Well, I mean, you're welcome to roll the d100 too, because that was part of it.
Oh shit.
I got it.
Alright, I'll take the D10, you take the D100.
Alright. Where's my D100 button? Where's my get fucked hotkey? I don't have it here. Okay, good. We're just splitting the middle today.
For now.
Don't fucking put that on me, miser.
Your journey takes about 6 days. Not much really happens. At some point, you cross paths with some other ships, giving them a wide berth, as per the suggestion of the crew and Ismark and Zandahal. Some of which you get that feeling an encounter with them would not be good. But for the most part, it goes unharassed.
I think during that, at least maybe a few of the ships that passed by us, Elliot would actually question either the crew or Ismark or Xander, anyone that has some knowledge. I was under the impression that those particular other ships, if they are pirates or not, would be coming after us.
Roll me a 3d6.
Okay. Almost a flush.
So the first ship you pass, it's similar to yours, a bit newer built. When you question them on that, well, that one's a naval vessel from up the coast. They don't really take kindly to other people, but if you don't piss them off, they usually stay out of the way. Kind of a bit of a imperialists, I guess was the term they used. They've been trying to conquer other domains, but that's just the folly of, I believe it was the Kingmaker is the dark power overseeing that one. Seen that one for personally. Corrupts people into thinking they're better than they are. Reality, they're nothing but pawns to him. But heavy imperialistic values. On this second ship, this one stands out a bit. It's got a very odd design. It's got more of a trireme bow, which, if you know what that means, it's got a part that sticks out under the water that's designed for ramming. It's more of a Grecian, Egyptian kind of build, even though it is a larger ship. It has also been completely whitewashed. As you ask about that one, a spyglass gets passed to you. As you look over to it, roll me a... Let me ask you this. How well does Elliot handle weird?
That seems so vague.
So I will. This is the player who's going to ask: is this body horror, cosmic horror, undead horror?
Somewhere between body and undead.
Not very well, actually. He tends to hit first and then think later.
Then roll me a wisdom save, please.
Okay. Of course not.
You find yourself at the most unsettled you have on this trip. As you look across and what you see, at first you think that's a weird amount of very albino people. They're translucent almost skin, until you start realizing that they have no eyes. There's some of them just have this weird slit for a mouth. Their limbs are too long, fingers too long. They're bony, emaciated. When you finally do see one with eyes, they're white and blind. Your instinct is this massive repulsion towards something just unnatural. And Ismark. Yeah, those are cultists of the blind one. Really
who?
don't want to mess with them. Oh, there's some cult from down south. Well, those they can't convert forcefully, they devour alive in ritual sacrifice.
You know, this doesn't really surprise me at this point.
Luckily, we're far enough away that they're probably not picking up on us. It's winds at our back, not at our side or anything, or else they probably would have smelled us.
Yes. As Ellie kind of says that with gritted teeth and calmly hands the telescope back to the whoever handed it to him. And the third ship, I'm guessing.
The third ship is just as dilapidated as yours, in view. And luckily, you suspect. The mist was very heavy this day. You only caught glimpses of it. But the one thing that did stand out, even though you could see the crew of a glimpse, you thought perhaps they were alive, though you did see more skeletons. The more you've gotten used to it, but Kyle, you instantly knew to turn and divert away as you saw the red flag. The sign of imminent combat. Attacked or be attacked.
Yeah, we're just gonna avoid that.
What exactly is the red flag for? Since I don't know much about naval
The
stuff.
moment we get near them, they're gonna open fire. So it's either we ambush them, avoid them, or wait to get attacked. So if anything, just steering clear of them is probably the best bet.
Yes, I suppose we need to avoid them. We have our objective to worry about more.
Yeah. And I don't feel like fighting with whatever the fuck those things are.
And on the morning of the 6th, which is filled with cold dew and mist, the fog peels back as you find yourself staring into 1,000, 2,000 foot tall stone pillars and cliffs. One of the crewmates, aye, looks like we've arrived. Judging from the markings on the stones, we're headed for that one port your friend mentioned where probably a few hours to south of that.
Alright. Well, hopefully nothing bad happens in the next, what, 20 minutes? Or, sorry, half hour?
Well, so long as we don't hit any of these pillars.
I'll make sure not to.
Or, I mean, if the legends are true, then we need to stay the hell away from any salty women sitting on rocks. Or turtles.
Isn't the turtle ones, if you give them a cucumber, they're fine? I know what you're going.
Entirely sure you heard another one. We're out of cucumbers!
Fuck! I forget, like, just above table. For kappas, if you give them a cucumber, they're loyal to you, correct?
If you write a name on them and give them a cucumber, they ignore you.
Okay. It's been a while since I've looked up some of my yokai stuff.
do some research on that during a couple of weeks.
I've been looking a lot of like just going through yokai stuff because I would assume Kyle was just like thumbing through the book, and I'm like, this is my jam. I know things.
Kyle,
I
I
mean,
didn't
worst come
purchase any cucumbers.
fuck. Okay. I mean, worst comes to worst, we can just make them bow in front of us, and then they'll just be
Would it work with a
neutralized.
pickle? I got pickles.
No.
Mhm.
Oh, but they're just salty
It's-
cucumbers.
It specifically says cucumbers, and I don't think the pickling process was around when this book was made. I don't know actually.
You can certainly try, but wouldn't it be just easier to evaporate the water out of their dish skull?
No, because then you'll probably piss them off. If you have them bow in front of you, usually it's a sign of them admitting defeat, and they'll either beat the shit out of you or they'll just kind of go away. Depends on the lore, and I can't really tell from this book. So,
Yes, from my understanding, you're supposed to bow to them and they're honor bound to bow back.
yep, and once they lose all the water out of their head bowl, then they are apparently powerless, usually. At least that's what the book was saying.
The book says they shrivel up into some kind of weird mummy.
Yeah, that's how they die. It's technically how you kill. Well, it depends. Most Kappa die. I think like a few of them can survive, but they have to be like the highest echelon of Kappa.
Yes, there was a small little note here that says, could they grant wishes?
I hope they fucking can't.
Well, considering what Callisti had said about her trying to cast a wish spell here, I don't think that's a wise idea.
Well,
Or it could be like the jinns. where
oh,
they-
another thing. When we get into any towns, there are two things that could happen. At least for me. One, people will think I'm an Oni and probably try to cut off my head, which will be fun. Or they'll think I'm a Nikomata and fear me because it's a sign of killing someone.
Elliot looks at her at Kael left and right, then basically makes a full roundabout. From my understanding, you don't have the two long tails, and I suppose the Oni would be more.
Problem is, most Oni don't
Applicable.
have these points out her fucking ear.
Exactly.
They could also think I'm a
But-
hybrid, which I have no fucking clue how that'll go.
That might be the conclusion intelligent ones might have.
Also, Deckham, there's a porthole near the bottom of the ship in the mess hall. They had it for a reason, so you don't smoke yourself out. Open it. Or make a new one.
I think the last chef
Boom.
covered it up.
Filled with
There's
fucking
actually
grunt.
chimney spouts, actually.
How does that work on a ship? Because my mind is trying to process how.
They go out the side and they stay
Ah,
low,
okay.
so it doesn't get in the way of the. There's no sparks that get up, and also spark arrestor.
Yeah.
Elliot kind of pauses and looks over to Zamar. Wait, so then wouldn't Zamar be considered a? Looks back to Kyle and Nekomata.
More than likely, because the fact that his family is leading or ruling, they might think of him as just Nekomata. Or he could be descendant of one. Zamar, you don't have two tails, do you?
Last I checked, no. Although that would be very useful.
Hmm.
Zamar thinks about cuddling with two tails instead of just one.
Yeah, now you're on the second round of.
How warm can I be?
Then Elliot said, so I suppose Deckham and myself would be the noticeable outsiders then, and not able to blend in.
What? Me not looking normal? Never heard of it.
Well, I was referring to the general populace and species, I guess.
Well, at least they won't think he's a yokai because, as far as I'm aware, there's no metallic yokai. Unless I'm
Damn.
actually forgetting something above table.
There are.
Yeah, they're possessed items, I guess. So technically there are.
No, there are actual mechanical people.
Ugh,
Aha!
Ah,
you fool!
Well, so long
Hell,
as
for
I
my
don't
trap
get
card.
angry, I suppose so long as I don't get angry, my fangs won't come out, so I could probably pass as a human.
I just put on the light show, and Jacobs just starts changing colors.
No, let's not get us.
Zenmar starts chasing around the colors.
Yeah.
All I can think of is somehow Darude starts playing.
Cast thaumaturgy.
For some reason, I'm thinking of the rainbow cat meme.
Fucking Neon Cat.
Oh my
There you go,
god.
thank you.
God, you could
Yeah,
just see the difference in age.
Thank you.
Crazy frog.
I try to get a reference, I get it wrong,
Oh
but
my
you guys
God.
correct me because you know what I'm talking about.
That's okay, Grandpa. We'll take you back to the retirement home after the game.
I'm older than Miser.
I know. Will you at least get pop culture references? Anyway.
Anyway, unless you guys have anything you're wanting to look for, anything
Not in particular, no.
following the
Thank you.
general markers and such, which Kael, being that you've been with ships and such, and
Mhm.
you do realize there is a code to these flags and ribbons that are tied to some of them,
Mhm.
kind of like signposts. You start picking it up, but you see your second mate conversing with one of the gunners that you've come to learn about,
Mhm.
and you realize that they're talking back and forth about them.
Is there anything I should be worried about? Or she'll just kind of like intervene.
Well, we haven't seen any black ones. They've been mostly red, whites, and greens, so nobody's saying that we can't get the port completely, but yeah, we seem to be doing all right. We should only be another 30 minutes or so.
Oh.
Zinbar, look what I can do. Whoosh.
Just like he turns on the wind, then turns it off.
And now we're going that way. And now we're going that way.
Actually, it
comple-
helps a lot with navigating through these stones if you're using it that way.
Yeah. As soon as Deckham's told to stop
Uh,
fucking around, he will actually help.
My favorite is when Deckham is doing this while I'm in my perch and my crow's nest is just flailing back and forth.
Nice cool air. Right.
Alright.
So what do these flags mean, if I may ask, about their colors? I understand
Well,
the
red means violence generally, or get ready to get ambushed. White? God, I don't know
The
actually.
number of the red ones means how close we are, and the depth of the water. The white ones mean the depth of the water, and the green ones are for if they're accepting outsiders or not.
Have we seen any green ones yet?
Yes.
Okay. Well, at the very least,
Are we even outsiders? We have a prince.
we are. He isn't.
Right.
The crew just kind of shrugs.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, shit.
So what would happen if it was a black flag?
Well, that would mean there's. He kind of looks at the crew. they exchange a language back and forth that you don't really understand.
Okay.
It means either they're full war or any outsiders are going to be shot before they get into the fucking port.
Or they're
I
assassins.
can't.
God, I hate it when they raise the black flag.
Interesting. I guess it'll be some knowledge to take with me back to Oarth. Should I take any?
Does Oarth even have any naval combat?
They do, but I don't have experience.
Well,
If that
very
makes any
least,
sense.
our only experience so far, at least here, is just telling a Kraken to go home.
Go away.
Yes.
Come on,
Leave.
eat it.
Go on, get.
Go on. No one likes you. You're ugly.
Deca would never say that.
I know.
Ellie just adds, yes, in my near 8.
The Elder Kraken no longer exists.
I was very polite to him,
I don't think pleasantries.
but
are-
I did infiltrate his mind.
I think that's the thing he's probably pissed about.
Yeah.
We all burned our inspiration just to see this happen. But yeah, Eliawad, yes, in my 8 decades of life, I never had to deal much with naval or maritime situations. I was mostly landlocked.
You get used to it after a few years.
Country I'm from is about 60% water.
I was gonna say. I feel like it'd be an insult to Deckham if he wasn't anywhere on a naval vessel at least once. Or not naval, but maritime vessel.
No, it would be naval. Remember, I'm a war machine.
I come from
Oh, yeah,
I come
never
from where
mind,
there's a
you're
lot
right.
of snow. I have like I grew up with frozen water around me.
Past
I
the
mean,
northern
that's good.
mountains.
Ellie just points in Zamar's direction like that. Yes, I have experience in that particular manner as well. Frozen lands and all that.
Thank God.
Zamar,
a lot
roll
of-
me a d20.
God,
You
a lot of
got it.
Hollow Swag didn't really have frozen lands.
Nat 20.
Oh my God.
Your experience with boating was one time you guys found a canoe and used it as a sled.
Oh God.
Where the fuck they find a canoe?
Next to the frozen river, but everybody didn't know what the fuck to do with it, so they thought it was a sled. That
Zinmar, one of the
childhood
early
memory.
inventors of the toboggan.
Yeah.
None, I have no time.
Oh my God, that's what time. Oh my God. I know exactly what. I actually know exactly what movie you're talking about.
Dude, I love fucking Cool Runnings. It's so good. Such a shit show of a movie in the best
Fuck
possible
you, it's
way.
fantastic.
It's
I
no,
agree.
it's good, but it's bad.
It was so bad that it was good and it was funny. That's all that mattered. Okay.
Yeah, Disney movies in the early '90s were great like that. I think it was a Disney movie.
Don't remember off the top of my head either.
Yeah. All right. Well, at the very least, we have about a half hour if everyone wants to just relax. I'll probably be taking the wheel for a little bit to make sure we get through. Deckham, just please stop throwing air blast every 8 other directions.
I suppose I should ask this, but if they were to ask us for our crew name or whatnot, what do we identify ourselves as?
Salty
Fuck, we said
bitches.
this- No. That's just me anyway.
Exactly.
I
I'm
mean,
not-
you haven't really named the ship yet, Captain.
Fuck. Did
Ah.
we have a name? Because we talked about this once. I think it was the Warriors Maw was our original party name, but we never went through. I don't remember.
Seems
This
way
was
too
brought up, like-
badass for what we are.
You know what? I kind of want to just call the ship the fucking Broken Dreams. Be an asshole. Makes too much sense. I mean, are we gonna have to name it before we land just for register purposes?
I suspect
I
so.
probably.
Give me a minute. I'll think of something.
The borrowed time.
Sure, actually.
Okay, I'm hearing broken dreams and borrowed time.
I prefer borrowed time.
Okay.
We still, by the way, don't have a party name. I've noticed that like almost halfway through this campaign. One day,
We're now in the crew of the borrowed time. That this works.
Yes.
I guess.
The
Yeah.
broken dreams. Crew of the borrowed time.
And there's a boulevard where they all go and converge together. And we all walk alone. I'll see myself out.
Yeah, you do that.
The
Mhm.
Boulevard of Broken Time.
I'll walk alone.
I was gonna make a Wrinkle in Time joke, but
No, mine was more the Boulevard of Broken Dreams joke.
I know. But when we were talking about the borrowed time, I was thinking of the Wrinkle in Time, but I kept my mouth shut on that.
Not a
I want
huge.
you to roll me a D100 as you come up with the name.
All right, let's go. Well, my numbers are getting worse.
You're getting close to the critical fumble.
Or the critical success, depending on how God rolls it.
Come on, I need 3 more rolls.
Oh,
Oh,
everyone
all of
else.
us.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no. Ah, we're fine.
That's why I said the oh no, like oh.
As you all agree on a name, you feel a sort of weight lifted from the ship itself. You notice that even though it has been slowly becoming more corporeal, this seems to definitely kind of push that a little bit more. The boards begin looking newer. You even notice that some of the crew seems to change a little bit from what they were before.
Like how so? Are like
Taking
they
on
more
those other
alive
members.
or?
A little bit, but even to a degree, some of them seem like their clothes have changed, their outward appearance, their personalities.
Is it more reflected, I guess, of like the party's kind of outward appearance, or more reflective of just general shift because of the name?
It seems like both.
Oh god, they're wearing fucking bathing suits and tank tops. I'm sorry for them.
No, you're definitely like
Did Gerald finally
You
get
get
his
that
lower
feeling
jaw?
no, you get that feeling that by solidifying the name, it's solidifying the ship.
Okay. Hell. Huh.
And the crew is part of the ship, so
Yeah. I didn't know if they were like an extension because of us or it would have also like extended to like just outward appearance as well.
it does to a degree.
Okay.
To you, the clothing is more familiar.
Ah,
To
okay.
everybody
Okay.
else, it's kind of like, yeah, whatever. It looks, it's weird,
Okay. That makes sense.
but it does seem that your will is affecting it.
Huh. Weird. Oh well. Kyle just kind of shrugs it off. Well, at least we have a name. Now we have something to shove into a register's face in case they ask us about a name. That's about
Are
it,
we
right?
really going to shove it in her face or just
No, that's a term of phrase. Don't actually shove it in a registrar's face, or we might actually get killed here.
I'm just making sure you tend to be somewhat literal with your wording.
That is far from literal, actually.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before you make landfall?
Crying's a free action, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm fine.
I'll just make a quick prayer to Saint Cuthbert then.
I'm going back up to my nest.
Then Mar's like, all right, I had my conversation for today. Time to sleep.
I'm helping.
Yeah, I'm just steering the ship, so I'm not like doing all that much else.
All right. As the mists continue to part, your navigator points out where the signs are showing. You realize that at first you're like, there's no way there's a port here, as you just see a massive crevice in the rock faces. But as you pass to enter it, you realize it is many ships wide. And there is, in fact, a port built into these sides of these cliffs, going all the way up a couple hundred feet. Long staircases, rope bridges across and back, crisscross, in a seemingly random pattern. Houses that are old. Some of them are old construction. Some of them seem more like ramshackled shacks built of broken ships. In fact, you even see a few what you can imagine were ships that were just built into the docks themselves that are now businesses. You see street vendors, lanterns. It's lively for what you expected to find here.
Huh. No, I was expecting a lot worse.
I mean, it's
Rather
to the point
civilized.
where even as you just begin to enter this crevice,
Mhm.
you can hear the street vendors, the fishmongers calling out. There is life here that you have kind of not seen outside of your first trip to Paragon.
I'd still say just keep on your toes, but for the most part, seems okay. 'Cause we still don't know what we're up against here, so.
Kyle being a captain, Zamar, you see it first. You see a small boat being put or rowed out, and someone in what you imagine must be formal-looking official wear is waving a flag at you guys.
Hello.
Hey!
Hey guys! Hey you guys!
Alright. I guess Kyle will start turning the ship towards the flagger.
That same gunner who you now realize is wearing clothes similar to those around of the people that you see.
Mm-hmm.
Comes up and in that language talks to the second mate, who turns, "Aye, that's the register. They're gonna probably oughta move to the side and weigh anchor for now."
Alright. I guess you'll kind of like,
Tells us where to go.
yeah. I guess there's like enough like pull off room like where I could make like a
You
turn
have-
radius.
This has a lot of room.
Okay, then yeah, I'll just kind of pull off to like a side enough where if he wanted to like come close with boarding and stuff, there'd be enough room for him to do
This
so.
crevasse, for its size, is a couple thousand feet across.
Oh dear lord, can't wait to get tossed in the ocean then.
Yeah, you're even for you, it's a little odd because there's these massive cliff faces in these city.
Mm-hmm.
This city is built into it, basically.
It's funny because Deckham would actually have a better comparison of what that would look like considering one place.
Yeah.
God bless Tan Marine. Ripping
Yeah.
pepperonis.
So the small vessel pulls up. The rope ladder is lowered,
Yeah.
and climbing on board is. At first, some of you think they're a gnome or a child,
Oh God, it's a lolly.
except the actual rat face, long whiskers that droop down, and a bit of a beard. He's got one of those little round hats and is wearing a red robe,
Oh
kind
God.
of shirt. I don't know how to explain this. I need to learn
What
a
are you
term.
looking for exactly?
It's
Like,
the Asian or the Chinese one where it's like side split, men's kind of it buttons up.
I know what you're talking about, but I just don't know the name of it.
Yeah,
It's like official garb usually worn.
yeah, it's kind of like a Cheongsong kind of thing, but that's the female one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very official, and I mean it's just like solid red with black or gold trim. He comes on board, looks around, sniffs. Who is the captain of this?
That would be me.
State your business.
I'm gonna mental link with the rest of the party. What
Do you have
is
an
there?
image of the figure?
I guess he did not put one down, so it's kind of just of the mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll mental link with the rest of the party. What is exactly our business here outside of the fucking obvious?
Uh,
Oh my dear.
trade.
Okay, I'll roll with that. We're here to trade products, especially considering we're outsiders looking for some of the unique offerings that the islands would have.
And what do you declare as trade goods that you are bringing in?
Like the Deckham.
Cuisine.
Unique cuisine that is not usually seen within this domain.
He eyes you. Then you will pull over and have full inspection.
Okay.
We do not allow imports of many foods because they are infected.
No problem. And okay, we'll just kind of abide for right now. And this is doing
Kind
the
of
link.
stops, and as he
Yeah.
sees is Zamar come down, or is he still up in the crow's nest?
It's
Yeah,
up
I'm
to
coming
Zamar.
down.
He kind of stops and looks at you. You look familiar.
Just through the
Oh,
mental link.
I've never been around these parts. At least not for a while.
You
Oh,
are not
no.
of Mountain Clan?
I'm with these guys.
Mm,
Oh my
Yes.
god.
He is part of our group.
I say kind of like wittingly. I talk about how good Deckham's food is and how I suggest that he should definitely try it for himself. I'm assuming Deckham has
Yes.
something.
Have you had beef stroganoff before?
I have had this dish. If you are
Well, I promise you haven't had it from him.
and present it. The inspection will begin now as you move in.
Okay.
But I go there. As he points with a fan.
Kyle's just kind of pulling the ship over while I guess Deckham's cooking or has it ready. I don't know.
Eh, eh. 23.
Oh, thank the Lord.
He kind of eyes it for a while he's running a hand through his whiskers.
Doesn't eat it, just sniffs it.
No, he'll take a bite. Hmm. Yes. Inspection will go through. But I am looking for good things from you. That do not have contraband. As he just kind of eyes you with, like, that narrowed glance.
Using the telepathic link with Kyle, wouldn't it be best to ask what sort of contraband so we can be rid of it and not inquire unnecessary wrath upon us?
At this point, if he finds it, we're kind of fucked either way, and us just kind of looking suspicious will only make it worse on us. So we'll kind of just run with it and see what happens.
Yes, I was suggesting we go along with the law.
Well, no, that's the problem is if, considering they're probably going to be running inspection, just us starting to dump shit into the ocean when there's points at the long ass crevasse they're in. A lot of eyes on us. Doesn't
Who's
give.
got the highest perceptions again?
It should be
I
Kyle, I
think it's
believe, 'cause I have
Kyle
a
by
19.
1.
Roll me a perception.
22.
As you say that, you hear the sound of something falling off the ship.
Well, there goes Morwin.
All right, she's contraband.
Oh yeah, kind of.
You just hear Kyle hear the splashing, well, got rid of the contraband. Just in the mental lake.
At that point, too, with the 22, you notice that a couple of the crewmates just come up from the decks, they definitely have that I totally did not just dump something into the ocean kind of look. Totally nonchalant.
I suppose that a lot of the crew might know.
Yeah,
lot of the existing
considering
crew might
their
actually
design.
know.
Yeah, considering their design matches some of the people here, I'm assuming they're like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, and just are immediately dumping it.
You hear one of them going, "Shit, I just bought that opium."
Well, I guess
You
we don't have
can't
to
even
worry.
smoke it anyway. But I can try.
I can rub it on my bones.
It makes me feel alive.
Elliot will just stand by and quietly observe as well. He is interested
Well-
in these beings.
Well,
You guys moored to the dock pretty easily.
yeah.
A group of officials. You do realize there is quite a difference in them. You see all races.
Mhm.
These are definitely officials. They're organized kind of militaristically
You know,
as they go onto the ship and begin proceeding through inspections. I mean, they are definitely armed. Each of them has a sword. A few of them have halberds. You're pretty sure there's 2 or 3 of them have guns.
this place seems, for a landlocked nation, it seems very modernized. I say that, but
Well, we are very close to port, though.
that's true, I guess.
I'm more surprised of how tense they are.
Well, I can imagine if they're landlocked and don't want outsiders so much as ourselves, then they probably just don't want to deal with us. Considering you heard the one guy that they don't want to deal with even foreign infections coming into their land.
And they sure as hell don't want any opium.
Don't say that fucking out loud.
I imagine was this.
Well,
all
we're in the mental link.
Okay, I was gonna say if you say that out loud, we're just gonna fucking get stabbed.
Yeah, no, Elliot said that particular question out loud, but
Let's. Considering we don't know anything about their laws and customs, let's just, for now, play by their rules. Kind of get the lay of the land and see how it goes. And just through the mental link. It's not worth kicking up anything when we have no clue what the fuck is going on anyway.
All right. You're basically they goes through, they bring he brings up some paperwork. It's mostly docking regulations, who's getting off the ship, who's staying with it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
your reasons.
This is why I hated filling out paperwork when I was back home. And Kyle's just like slowly reading through it painstakingly.
It's actually pretty straightforward.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you do notice that it's very straightforward, but it is also got clauses like at any time by imperial decree you can have your ship conscripted or impounded.
Definitely reminds me of home.
This place is not a free country.
No, not in the slightest.
Huh.
Especially with
That's why it's weird.
Well, is that out louder in the like?
Mental like.
Yeah.
don't
So
We
because
are-
yeah, there's officials next to us, isn't there?
yeah, we're not about to fucking piss all of them off.
Elliot's just observing the Ratkin people, but it's mostly of a analytical stare because he's never seen such things before. The closest thing he probably have seen was a were-rat.
I hate how you said that, and my first instinct was, oh yes, it is Master Splinter who has come onto our ship.
I mean,
That's what I'm
Grouchier
picturing.
and Courier
Yeah, that was literally the first image. It's just like Master Splinter, but with like a more like Asian flair to it, or like a lot more like
I mean,
Chinese
he was pretty
regalia
Asian
flair.
player. He was a ninja.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this is more Chinese versus Japanese.
yeah. That's what I figured. Like with the small like kind of boxed hat for officials and etc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the outfit you're referring to.
So yeah, you guys now basically have the ability to leave the ship if you want.
Yeah, I guess.
You can
guess
take
we'll-
who you want with you.
Uh, I guess are all the officials gone now? Like after Kyle finishes up the paperwork and everything, or are they
They're
still
still searching the ship, and they've basically taken down who you are and where.
okay? Ismark and Zan, if you want, at least for the time being, you could just stay around this area, try to, I don't know, get some more inventory, because we're probably gonna need some more considering Deckham burnt through mostly everything he had, I think.
You kind of, they're both kind of nod. Well, Mark kind of leans over to the one guy that you think might have been from someplace like this, and he goes, which one of those is a bar?" Because he kind of points to like all the shops.
Deco
Literally
slowly
everything.
puts the grocery list he had away. Oh.
I mean, we could still go shopping ourselves if we want to get anything specific. Also, I'm curious considering this land, do they have any sake?
You wear sandals.
Do- It's a
They
drink.
have a lot of
Yeah,
different.
why are you wearing
rice
socks?
based.
I'm going to murder this party and throw them into the ocean.
I don't think that's in the allowed
I
importation.
yeah, I know.
I'm a biohazard.
Sake is just alcoholic rice, if I remember correctly, like above table.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just
It's
rice
fine.
and fermented.
Rice, it's
Yeah,
fermented.
Fermented.
And one of the crew members is like, yeah, there is various
Okay, yeah.
rice. Other. At one point, he's like, I think they tried to make a bamboo one.
Ew, no. That's too sweet. Just because the sugars from the plant really don't work.
There's a drink that might be called kumis, which is fermented milk.
I feel like I've actually heard that before and tried it, and it's not that great. Because
Uh-oh.
I guess I'll stick to the rice wine for now. Considering it's been a while and most of these lands haven't had it, and I'm not gonna buy it off Barnaby.
Oh, and would you like to hit the town with us?
I think Mora got thrown out the.
As
Yeah.
you go down there, roll me a perception.
I
20.
have become one with the roaches.
Actually, sitting on one of the barrels as you pass through, you're pretty sure there wasn't a cat on board, and especially one that grins so widely.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Fucking Cheshire cat. God damn it.
She kind of stretches, and you realize it's way more bone than cat
Ew.
as it slinks off in that weird, unnatural motion that Morrowind tends to have.
She's like an alpha program.
I don't want to know the comparison at all to that.
I
Neckham, are
mean-
you good?
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, I was going to see if Bowman wanted to come with us, but she decided to say nothing and ignore me.
She smiled at you.
Well, she didn't ignore me, exactly, but she left.
Alright, let's
The-
not worry about her then. She's an adult who can make adult decisions. Kind of. I hope.
As you see this rather bonely, sickly-looking cat just kind of crawl its way down one of the mooring ropes.
Well, she makes decisions, I guess. Not so much adult decisions.
As long as the decision doesn't come to haunt us.
I don't think she wants to hurt us. And considering she
I
could
said
have done it a
haunt.
million times over.
Yes, I said haunt, not hurt.
Tomato, tomato. As Kyle starts going down the gangplank, down the
Right,
down
you
to the
should
dock
enjoy
here.
your new socks then.
If only I had shoes to go with them. As you still see her fucking bare ass feet.
Isn't that not what you're going to find?
No. Sake is just rice wine.
Why would they make wine out of rice? That's actually an interesting.
They probably didn't have any grapes.
Plus, usually it's a little bit. I forget. It tends to be a little bit more. Fuck, I haven't had sake in a minute because I can't remember if it's more bitter or sweeter than wine. Like actual wine. I want to say it's more
sweeter.
bitter. Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you have. You have Nigori, it's a sweet rice wine. If you have some of the others, they just get more and more flavorful or
Mhm.
bitter.
I would
It's
think.
mostly a thin, semi-flavorless. It's got more of a. Oh, how would I put it? Because I do drink a lot of sake, surprisingly.
I mean, I don't know how to put it either. It's pretty damn unique.
For me, it
It-
feels like it's a. Well, at least here in the city that I'm in, it's a somewhat flavorful water, and you don't feel the alcohol hit you until you stand up or get hit by a different range of temperature.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's just, again, this is Elliot, who's now talking. He does not know any of that stuff. Player Miser knows. Just, well, I play my character in this here.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I
we're
just don't
all
drink that much. I don't drink that much to begin with, so I usually mostly stick to vodka and rum anyway. So
Well, with my dietary things, it's
yeah,
ramen. I mean, vodka used to be mine, but I just never. It ever since the situation, it's like, yeah, it's just not worth it.
no worries. But it's usually, at least from when we would serve it, they usually serve them in generally smaller cups, because they tend to have higher alcohol content depending, or it's just the way they serve it. Honestly, just try it, see if you like it, and if you hate it, then you hate it. As Kyle's kind of again walking down the gangplank to the off the dock to the docks, basically.
I wish I could try things.
I mean, you can try things in spirit.
I could just be near them.
Elliot just adds in the mental link, while I don't mind trying this concoction, I suppose a real judge of alcohol would have to be gray beer.
Well, here's hoping it's more It's a little sweeter than the stuff in Ottawa because those fucking Fang folk just wrote everything bitter. Even their wine. It's disgusting. Said it emasculated the taste or some bullshit. I don't fucking know. That's why I generally stayed away from wines.
You all hear echo through the mental link. Note: make food that is better for Elliot.
To be fair though, like Kyle's Fangfolk and Elliot's Fangfolk are probably two very distinctly different.
Maybe, maybe not. Elliot just says, I have no real preference between sweet and bitter.
I'm gonna say, aren't your taste buds kind of skewed, even with
Yes.
your?
But now that I've gotten the sensation of taste again, both do taste good.
Well, then guess we'll just get some sake and see how it goes.
But again, going back onto Greybeard, I would say he is the connoisseur when it comes to alcohol.
You don't need to be a connoisseur to drink it, so.
Oh, considering he has a good 6 or 7 centuries ahead of me.
Alright. I guess we're heading off then, Moogle. Looking for either like somewhere to shop, a bar, etc.
Okie dokie.
Kind of just, I guess Kyle's using this as more of a way to get the lay of the land.
As you enter, there's a lot of stalls, street market kind of thing going on, especially here in the docks. You see kind of everything. A lot of it, though, is unique culturally to this area. A lot more unusual fruits, vegetables, very large fruits they call yams, things like that, large radishes, uh, fish that seem more local to this area than you've seen, uh, shellfish, things like that, spices, a lot of different types of rice and other unique grains.
I-
Um,
I think Kyle would know
knife
some of it, but not
fillers,
all of them. Mhm.
Yeah, you get kind of a interesting width and breadth of things. You kind of just walking down a couple of streets, you almost feel like you understand this culture to a degree because of just how different it is from what you've experienced.
I think, if anything, Siswood would probably remind Kyle a little bit of like parts of her home, especially like this kind of like stall market and just selling spices kind of area. Not like a one-to-one, but like definitely similar in that aspect.
Jackham has definitely stopped and is pestering the spice dealer.
I do
Well,
have a
there's like
question. How
a
is
few
the
dozen
temperature?
spice dealers.
How is the temperature or humidity there?
Yeah, is it like mild, cold?
In here, it is. In these street markets, it's a little bit more humid. Um, it is warm when you're around things. It is cold when you step away because you are next to the ocean.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of steam because there's a lot of cooking, a lot of, you know, walks, a lot of boiling pots, different things like that. You see a lot of noodle shops, fish vendors.
I wonder if they have any meat buns here. As Kyle's just kind of looking through.
Roll me a d20. Well, or
Fun.
roll me a perception.
I was gonna say this. A lot of this stuff is technically Kyle jam. Though vampire meat buns sounds very fucking.
Here's a question too. Was that mental or out loud or whisper?
Would probably be more mental, as she's just kind of thinking. Oh, I guess
Elliot's
so.
just gonna add. So is that like a meat sandwich?
Yes and no. If I find them, I will show you. As 25 move.
I thank you for that.
Yeah, as you kind of think about that, you realize that there's about 12 sellers.
Pork
You've
or
passed 6 already.
pork or chicken? Pork or chicken? I always forget which one's the better
You
one.
see pork, you see chicken, you see something they're calling dragon, you see fish, you see bean, you see.
Oh yeah, what's a dragon?
You're pretty sure what you're looking at hanging is some kind of lizard.
Ew. Do they have any? I don't want to say takoyaki because that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking more of Oh wait, takoyaki's the octopus balls, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so she'll probably be like, "Well, we have this," and she'll probably walk up to a street vendor and be like, "I'll take one of the pork meat buns, please." And just kind of pay how much it costs. I don't know.
2 copper.
Okay, then yeah. And she'll
Elliot looks at the dragon meat bun. His eyes actually looks a little bit more surprised. They actually managed to make a dragon edible?
I don't think that's an actual
Popular.
dragon, but again, I wouldn't fucking know.
You also realize they're spicing it a lot.
Yeah.
But you are welcome to try.
Elliot wouldn't know any of that kind of stuff. He's just taking it at face value. But if I do see the spices, he's gonna look for Deckham.
You know, Zinmar, I don't know why you left this place. It's not that bad. At least the outskirts.
I never really came down here much. I was more in the monastery than anything.
Mm.
The first time I came through here in a long time was when I was leaving.
Ooh.
Ah, yes, Imperial Japan. I like the map though. Especially like it gives me that very Okame vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I was
Kyle, Kratos is nice at the port on the outset, but
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Same
By
thing
the way,
with it reminds me of Avu in a weird way where it's a nice summer town, but the further you dig in, Fangpoke are just basically making people are using it as farms for oh my god. But all in all, it does give me that same vibe. But for now, we're just outsiders enjoying local cuisine.
Elliot will bother Deckham a brief second as he noses the spices. Deckham, do you recognize these spices or?
not at all, and I love it.
Actually, roll me 3d20s.
Okay.
Good luck.
3, 4, 14.
Ain't got a clue. It's definitely spicy, and yeah, this is curry powder.
Oh, I've used this one before.
Oh, you can make curry?
Yes,
Why have you never made it?
I was asked for it.
It's that Eastern dish that's supposed to be extremely spicy.
It can be. And
You could also just serve. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
and it's only really spicy because you have a different profile for spice. The different types of peppers they use down it, he goes off.
As Elliot's listening to this, he kind of nods and he's just remembering how Graybeard mentions about those types of foods. He never had it himself though, because for OR that would be a very long travel.
Yeah, I can imagine getting your hands on any of that would be a hell.
And Elliot would just say, "So, I do not know the dwarves of your worlds, but if a dwarf says that it is spicy, I take it is exquisitely hot."
That would cause a physical pain to most humanoids. Especially in where I'm from, the dwarven, a particular taste for the fiery foods.
Ah, so it wasn't just me it wasn't just myself that suffered a immense amount of pain from sampling curry before, or at least the one that Greybeard was having.
Ah, yes, most people ask for the normal way of preparing curry, which is the way that they get to make the most fun of you.
Mm.
In fact, as you're standing there, you watch as a dwarf that, as far as any of you have seen dwarves, you never expect to see a dwarf quite dressed like this. His beard is styled in a totally different way. It's been straightened and braided into one large braid. Though, dwarves are known for having jewelry and stuff, these are very different. More of a dangling earrings. What you think are more of protection charms in his beard. He's in this very fine silks. You're all used to dwarves in either the mire or heavy armor. This dwarf, you get the impression that he's some kind of fisherman, but probably pretty well off. And he buys like a pound of what is called the first one, which is called she fire, and 3 pounds of the white jade leaf, and it's just kind of is offered a sample of the curry, but he takes a dip and he's like, no, too weak.
Elliot, in his
Perfect, a
interest in learning
baseline.
things, is it? And Elliot will ask if he can try a sample.
Roll me an inside of the dwarf if you want. If Elliot is asking for a sample.
Of course.
Elliot, for you, it is a very fine golden curry powder. It's strong. There's, the hint of the cumin or the cumin and turmeric and all the various spices in it that we would understand as good golden curry,
Mm-hmm.
a good Japanese curry.
Yep.
You also realize that to the dwarf, the way that he reacts is more like, no, my family has a better recipe.
Right.
Every Southeast Asian
And he also,
tasting curry.
you get that impression too that the seller doesn't hesitate when you're looking at for him to buy those things, but some people he kind of is like, no. As they come up, they look at the white jade and you understand, no, this is way too strong for you, no. Points at a sign that says dwarven strength, basically. It's got different heat values and such.
Ah. Strange. It didn't hurt me as that time I tried with grade beer.
Well, the curry isn't hot. It's just the straight powder. It hasn't been mixed with any spice or hot spices. But you have a feeling that the she fire and white jade leaf are probably some kind of very hot spice.
Yeah. Yes. I would.
There comes one wish. I wish I had a tongue.
Actually. He will. Deca will purchase just 3 pounds of each.
He kind of, the salesman, which is was kind of covered up, but now you can kind of see there's very elven features. kind of eyes you at first and is like, you can tell that they're kind of it seems like a husband and wife, and they both kind of eye you like, how and why is Tin Man eating? He has no mouth.
Good afternoon. I am a God. Kyle, what's my job again?
Chef.
Kyle went BRB.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Why don't we take a quick break?
Good. I have to pee too.
But I think you're the ship's chef.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
I
it's two
thought
chefs,
there
but,
was like an actual name for a chef on a ship, but I could be wrong.
I was
Oh,
gonna
there, yeah.
go with sous chef immediately, and that was it. That's what came to
The sous
mind.
chef is a specific
That's a
type.
chef's
that
helper.
people prep. Yeah, they're a sous chef is like the one who's basically prep.
True.
Anyway.
What was the other one? I think it was just the main head chef.
I'll be right back.
Sure thing. Yeah, it'll just be head chef. Let me see. Chef for.
All this sake talk made me get.
Not a problem. I was just trying to remember a whole bunch of things. Like, all right, I had to remember some of the stuff because I did get a lot of things wrong with my restaurant stuff. Working as a helper. Anyway, the term I'm looking for is either the chief cook or the chief steward.
Oh, Deca would take chief steward. That sounds fancy.
Yeah, so most likely chief steward because they plan the menus, compiles the supplies, overtime, cost control records. They also have additional duties like baking bread, rolls, cakes, pies, pastries, other foods, handling inventory storages. I mean, you could also just make it up and just say that you are both the chief steward, but also the chief cook.
I'm the chef steward.
The term is ship's cook.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just looking it up, and I was like, I found it over here. The stewards department, which is chief. Am I? Yeah, chief steward and chief cook.
Ogle, you ever had one of those little like black cans of Soto?
No.
Pretty solid.
But I have discovered something that I've fallen in love with, which is Thai tea. In a can.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I love
Yeah.
how.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
I love how this whole area gives me both Japanese and like Southeast Asian vibes, where it's like my homemade shit is better than this market shit, and just throws up the spice, right?
How do I put this in a very weird way? It's somewhere between like the mixture. I don't know if you know much about history, but it's got a mixture very similar to feudal Korea, maybe Thailand, or
Mm.
even Vietnam during the feudal era.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Not later areas, which everybody remembers them for, where the culture was very much more defined. But
Yeah.
I guess it would be very much like Korea in a way. I think.
That's what it's got like that mix of like Japan and Korea kind of had that like because
Yeah.
street markets are more, especially like that style, are more Southeast Asian, like Indonesia, Malaysia. Not to say that Japan doesn't, but it's more like inward. Korea's
Yeah.
also kind of like that too.
Well, the reason is because like I think Korea. I can't remember if it was Korea or Vietnam were regularly invaded by both forces, Chinese and Japanese, during the feudal eras. So they became that kind of mixing pot.
Yeah.
It does remind me a bit of some of the provinces I went in China when it was closer to the waters.
Yeah, I guess in like some ways, other than lacking the Western imperialism, it's kind of a little bit more Singapore.
Hmm. Yeah, I have not been to Singapore myself, but
Is that the one
now
that was still a colony up until a while?
Yeah,
I don't know exactly off the top of my
I
head.
think Singapore is the one that recently, not in our lifetimes, close to it, became.
Oh, it would have been in our lifetime that they returned from British rule. They were like a weird British
My
colony.
brain is thinking Hong Kong more so, but
In a way, yeah, but it's like during when there was open trade between different places.
Yeah, there's a lot of that information spilling around here and there where I work at. It's just I don't want to bother processing because my brain's gonna go insane.
yeah, no worries.
I guess you could say it's kind of, in a way, yeah, it's those mixtures, and it's kind of like Chinatowns in our country, where it is a mixture of all the different Asian countries.
Yeah, I remember in one of my previous trips to China before yeah, my last one was on 2017, was before that. They actually had a New York town
Yeah.
in had a I had a backflip moment because they kind of stocked it to the brim with all the fast food places that are known globally.
There's a place in Japan too that's like right underneath the railway in Tokyo that like is just sells all kinds of American products and stuff. There's also that in like Okinawa as well, because Okinawa is like because
I
it's
never been to Japan.
I haven't either, but I haven't seen like enough stuff that I have like very decent secondhand knowledge.
Yeah, I just feel like it's like second and third hand knowledge is fine, but I feel like you really get the enrichment when you get first hand knowledge, experience too.
Yeah. Anyway, is everybody back?
Did...
no.
I'm back.
Oh,
Or
there
I'm
you
here, I
go.
mean.
All right.
I never left.
I've been here forever.
Alrighty. So, I mean, you're getting a good idea. Deccan has bought some. They're about $1 a pound.
All right.
And anything else you guys are looking for, or
I suppose I will try out that dragon meat bun.
Oh god.
Are you sure you don't want to incite that dragon meat?
At this point, Ellie is more curious if it will live up to whatever hype it has. So
it?
how much is it?
Yeah, as you try it. Granted, you're not a big food eater up until recently. It's very. I don't know if you would expect to know what lizard tastes like. but it's like a weirdly gamey chicken, but the spices and stuff really help to round it out. And it is spicy.
So in other words, gator meat.
Yeah, basically it's gator meat mixed with like uh different spice or different kinds of chilies and such.
All right. How much would that be?
Each bun's about a 2 copper.
All right. So Elliot kind of taking an interest in it. We'll get 3, so that's 6 copper.
Okay.
And the rest of the party can kind of just see that Elliot is very just quietly munching on the dragon meat bun.
You get that feeling that they call it dragon meat, but it's just maybe that's the name of the type of lizard. It is a very large lizard.
As far as he knows, this is probably the closest he'll get to eating a dragon without having to go through the pains of killing one. Or dying in the process.
Is that any good? Bad? As Kyle's just kind of eating her regular pork meat bun.
It is interesting. I bought 2 extra.
Oh, good luck with that.
It is definitely not scorching my throat like the curry that Greybeard had.
Is Greybeard a fan of spices or no?
He is dwarf. I don't quite understand much about his people's preferences, but he lives a very eccentric life, while also nearly using me as bait for certain instances.
I mean, my only experience with dwarfs are usually just drunkards, so I guess that's a step up. I use that very sparingly.
Greybeard and 2 others are the only dwarves I have come into contact with in my world of Oarth.
All right.
Oh, Elliot will pass a dragon meat bun to Zamar. Would you want one?
Yeah, I'll try it. Why not?
Elliot was gonna offer one to Kyle, but she already said good luck with that. So he took it as okay. I'll just try the other one then.
Kyle has no interest in eating dragon meat. A, because she's never gonna hold of it anyway, and B, she's fine.
Exactly. 2 for Elliot and 1 for Zamar. That's fine. He is learning taste.
Lamar, roll me a perception. You catch a scent on the wind. Something you've smelled recently, but for a moment you can't put your finger on it. And then it hits you. About the moment you hear a voice behind you. You know, you do stand out like a sore thumb.
I don't know, like I don't abruptly turn around, but I kind of just give it a little hip turn, and I say, "Well, how have you been?"
Well, considering we're constantly at war, brother, it's kind of a thing as you turn and you see star over the mountain, the one who thinks she's your sister, has the same birthmark as you. And you see her in wearing a off-white cloak with a hood. She kind of blends in well with some of the other groups, but in the wrong circumstance, she probably stands out like a sore thumb too.
So I wanted to make a note earlier. I forgot to tell you that I wanted to like grab a scarf or something to cover myself up with, but it's fine.
We can still retcon that. I don't care.
But yes, well, it hasn't been as easy for me either. But here we are. Here we both are. What exactly are you doing back here?
Well, considering my home and our monastery is here on these isles, I figure you're the one who's got a little bit more of why. And she kind of smiles at you.
Oh, same reason that for the same reason that I sort of left here in the first place. My forever longing to find what happened to our parents. And maybe just go on some adventures while I'm on the way.
She kind of takes a deep sigh as she kind of starts to wander around you. Kind of motions to order two of the dragon buns. Well, father is somewhere close to a heart attack with excitement over you returning, because I think that means I don't have to be forced to take the role which he still thinks I'm not ready for.
He thinks I'm any more ready for it?
I need to roll a wisdom check for her, not just depend on what she's gonna say.
I guess, do we all see her?
Yeah.
Alright, I just want to do a quick divine sense. Might not be the best idea, but
I'll be right back.
I kind of want to make sure it's her.
I need to eat shit before I like.
Well, I'll tell you this. There's about a dozen celestials off to your left. You're pretty sure 2 or 3 of the vendors over in this small area that are clustered together is a family of fiends. You're pretty sure there's about a dozen undead around you, but she's not one of these.
Alright, I was gonna ask if I could just like pinpoint focus, but
Well, I mean, just with the way it is for your range, it's just you get those feelings of like, and you're kind of notice like as you sense the fiendish, you look over and at first you probably would have taken them for a family of tieflings until you realize that they're a little bit more sharp in the features and such, and there's an imp sitting there on one of their shoulders, so you're pretty sure they are now. It's like a dressed up in a little costume like a monkey.
Oh god, he's doing a song and dance too.
No, he's actually like they have like hanging stuff, and he's like every now and then the one like makes a motion and it leaps off and like climbs, swinging across these supports on the roof and like grabs something and brings it back.
That is both awesome and terrifying at the same fucking time.
It's like a lot of things like dried duck, and you imagine peppers that aren't grown natively.
Ah yes, cayenne.
Hellish cayenne, but yes. Like ghost peppers and shit.
Ah yes, the banana spider pepper.
They came up with the chocolate scorpion.
God bless.
But then you notice like a group of very fair skin. They're kind of clustered together like a group, going through shopping. They're all dressed similarly. You think they're a family or maybe a religious order or something together.
What's the difference?
As
All
far as the undead go, like, at first you're like, why is there undead? In the distance, you realize there's a cat smiling at all of you, sitting on top of a house.
Ellie just
But you
gives
even
the-
notice, like, some of the, like, there's some people walking through. They're very covered up. You know, they're wearing like basket helmets and stuff. And you see one vendor that you pick out who has themselves very well covered, but their face is bandaged up, even covering their eyes. They seem to be selling. In your world, you would assume these are spell components of a necromantic nature.
Mm,
You see finger bones on like strings, you see various dark powders, black candles, things like that. It's
yeah.
But as far
Elliot's,
as what you imagine, it's a very like there's nothing nefarious about it. They seem to be just bartering and
yeah, Elliot just makes a mental note of that, but again, his main focus was just on Star with the Mountain, and
as far as you can
once,
tell, Star is none of these.
yeah. So once she kind of quote unquote checks out, he just turns out the sense and just waits patiently behind, let them continue their talking.
As to what you said, she kind of takes a bite, chews it for a moment, and walks up to you. Father's only qualification for it is that you have balls, okay? And not metaphoric ones. You do still have your balls, right?
Last time I checked, one ball, or one tail, two balls.
And this is where we learned Damar was in Munich.
She just kind of tilts her head and looks at you like, I'm glad you clarified that, because otherwise it was very weird.
God.
Anyway, she kind of looks at the rest of you. She kind of reaches into the cloak and pulls out some papers. I figured you'd be bringing your friends, so I had some passports made up.
Are we gonna need these if we go towards the inner parts of the Isles?
Well, it's a lot better than being considered spy or something. A lot of people aren't allowed beyond the port, so
That's fair then. Should I also be worried about being called some yokai half-bred or some bullshit?
she kind of has that where she looks off and, you know, with her eyes still facing you for a second. Kind of shrugs, going some places, maybe.
The Harbor
Yay.
Master did feel rather grumpy. Tell him that. Passports now.
Well, he's always grumpy. You realize how overworked he is.
No.
I should make
Not
him some
really.
tea.
You watch as he's out on another boat going out there and just like
He-
flagging them down viciously.
It's like, fuck you!
This is why all Harbor Masters, Storm Source, they don't have to paddle. Whoa. That's...
Oh, no, he's making his subordinate paddle, but you can see that subordinate. It's like he's got some arms on him, but definitely
They're either
wind.
storm sorcerers or fucking druids, and they're just like, they put a giant plant in the way, like, no, you don't move.
You don't get to go anywhere anymore.
Well, as you actually look up and around, you do realize that probably saying no is not a good idea, as there are some
Yeah.
32-pound cannons,
And you're on a dinghy.
as in the kind that shoot stone balls that are about 1.5 feet wide.
That's fine. They can walk it off.
Eh.
But
But yeah, the port, as you realize, the port is pretty well defended.
I guess we could just add passports
Yep.
to our inventory. Okay.
As you
Well,
look at them, you realize you kind of grasp that they're basically saying you are honored guests of the Mountain Clan.
should we, considering the affiliation with the Mountain Clan, also be worried that a warring clan might see this and immediately want to kill us?
If we run into them,
Uh,
kind of the reason I'm here is because letting you wander aimlessly amongst the island was probably a really bad
I mean, you're not wrong. It would have been fun, but then we would have probably ended up seeing some not so fun stuff.
Well, if the One clan got a hold of you, you might be executed. If the shogunate found you and was unhappy with you for some reason, they would probably torture you and either enslave you or maybe execute you.
That wouldn't be the first time. I guess through the mental link, aren't we trying to depose of the shogunate, or are we just gonna not? Kind of through the mental link to the others.
Well, Elliot's just busy with his own, his second, dragon meat bun and looking elsewhere. More or less flinging
I thought we were here to help the
interest.
kill the ace.
I really don't know. I guess we'll
If
kind of just play it by ear and
It's
like we
not
always
why we're
do.
here.
Yeah.
If I'm not
What are we here?
mistaken, wasn't Zimar's precious item that we need to leave this realm located here?
Also,
Yes.
oh,
Locket.
what? God, I keep forgetting the Tabaxi's name. What's her name again?
Star of the
of-
Mountain or Star.
Okay, so Star.
Sorry.
Star, did you happen to see a captain come through here as well? Looks kind of like a piece of shit, missing a few teeth. Very fucking.
Behind Kyle, just over her shoulder, Deckham just does a quick minor illusion.
Yeah, of Margulia.
Yeah, but you don't see it. So you can
Yeah.
continue to stumble through your fucking explanation.
You
She
know,
narrows
looks like.
her eyes as she thinks about it. Yeah. Dylan Port, actually.
Where? You immediately watch Kyle like her.
Elliot also turns to look.
Do you have a direction? As Kyle's immediately just gonna fucking start going.
Hate that they added this stuff in.
Dude, this is like. I don't know, cause my guidance I've turned off, but I don't know. If it
It's
just
one of
might
these
be-
weird things where I like have to add it to the sheet, turn it on, and then turn it off again to get it to go away.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, see, I don't know why it's happening to you, because I don't have that problem.
Yeah, I
It was
don't
probably
either.
some weird update. But anyway, she kind of looks at you for a moment. Are you really that sure you want to go pick a fight?
Oh,
You just feel like Kyle's just like she knows that it's not the right thing to do, but like it's just turning over in her mind of like, but I could.
She kind of sighs, closes her eyes for a moment. I'll show you them, but I strongly suggest against it, considering how much of the Oni clan are there. Okay?
Elliot stops for a second.
Oh no.
Adds, the individual we are looking for, he wouldn't have to be close associates with the shogunate.
I hope he's not.
I suspect.
My reason for being here was twofold. A, the Oni clan moved in a very official way to meet someone here on the docks. Well, unofficial, actually. And so I was spying on them, and I also heard rumor that you were headed this way from our sage.
Well, I guess all in all, it
The
wouldn't hurt at
inspector rat.
least to be cordial and make sure everything is going all right. As Kyle's like just slowly like tried to grip the blade from her thing, but also trying to not. Plus, if anything, it'll help us kind of get the lay of the land and see what we're up against. Though I don't suggest that the non-stealthy people go with us.
Elliot's gonna add, a part of me is slightly against this for the time being, Kyle. As much as he used the mental link, as much as I would love to plunge his blade into Margula's face. As much,
Well-
and then he says it out loud. As much as I like to inspect the land as well, we are still at a severe disadvantage. I think it's best that we keep low for now and gather a little bit more intel. If
Oh, that's what I was going to do for the most part, considering my general aptitude for infiltration. I could at least spy on him, not stab him for once, and just kind of understand what the fuck is going on here.
yes, to the point where I'm saying is, it might be best we do not split up right now.
Well, I mean, if you're not going to get close, there is. You kind of notice she looks up at a terrace. A decent vantage point.
Alright, where's the quickest way to get there?
She kind of motions.
Alright, onward and upward, I guess.
Yep. You follow her through these winding streets, and it is densely packed and almost chaotic. It almost seems like she has more of an idea of a direction than actual directions and knowledge through the port. But after a little bit, you climb a good 200, 300 feet above the port on stairs, so I don't know if any of you get winded on that.
Probably
I don't need
not.
to breathe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, half of our party doesn't need air. And the other two have climbing speeds.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure 'cause it is, a few thousand steps.
I was gonna say, Kyle will probably be fine. I thought you were more so talking about the elevation, because technically
No.
Kyle also would have been fine there as well.
You're going 200 feet off sea level, so I mean it's not a big deal. But
Okay, I thought it was a little bit higher, but
300 feet off of sea level. But yeah,
yeah, no worries.
it's you're going up a distance, but it's mostly the steepness of the stairs because it is just stairs.
Yeah. I imagine they're like just kind of like carved into the stone rather than like made for like convenience.
Some of them are carved into the stone. Some of them are laid out with bricks and such and made very well, very sturdy. You're not imagining this is how you imagine this is how most people get up and down because it's multiple layers of city. But predominantly, you do notice there are very large cranes for taking things up, or there is a very long, winding road that seems more set up for taking carts and such.
All right. Well, about how much further? I think I'm starting to get.
Just over there. It is kind of a turnout, a little bit of a garden, some benches and stuff. And she points out, you see by now a rather familiar ship with its black sails.
Do I have a telescope in this character? I have a sextant, which isn't a telescope.
Nope.
Tackle
Jacob,
just
you
looks
have
at the
it?
party. How the hell did we not see that coming in? And no, I couldn't afford one.
You do, because there's like a bend to the whole thing. It's in much deeper into the canyon.
Oh wait, I have navigation tools. Could I argue I would have a telescope in there? Or would that more so be like the drawing for maps and stuff?
It is
I'll leave it
more
up to you.
for that. I thought one of you bought one.
I thought we also.
I
well,
was going
technically-
to, and then it was incredibly expensive for what I had.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, don't we also technically
Have
have
a
a
lantern.
spyglass? No, that's not gonna help. We don't want to be seen.
Well, the
I need some-
spyglass has a telescope, but
Yeah.
Does my
Not
night
good,
vision eye have a zoom feature?
Here, roll me a T100.
Okay. I imagine with my sleight of hand, I could also just pocket like a telescope as we're kind of just walking by from one of the stalls. Considering I don't have one, and she would be
Hi.
like,
I'm just gonna say you've had one.
I'm gonna say
Or you
that's
got
okay.
one.
iced worthy.
You found one in the
I-
ship. You lay down on the bed and you're like, "Ow, what the heck is that?" And you realize,
like the rocking and it slowly falls off the shelf. Like fuck. Oh, telescope. Okay, so I guess I'll look down like the area of the ship and just kind of follow, like if I can follow like a certain path of it.
roll me a perception.
All right, where's my funny roll? You know what? Because I want to do this a little bit better. I'm gonna add my D8 since I am proficient in perception, just to make it
Okay.
a little bit better, just in case. So that'd be 19.
All right. You're pretty quick to look in on it. Right off the bat, though, you recognize the people. First and foremost, let's see here. You recognize someone you're pretty sure is dead.
Like just the moment of Kyle's just kind of looking, and then immediately like, hold on, roll something to see if she just drops it or if she'll at least like catch herself. Oh. She'll still kind of catch it, but like for a second she almost drops the telescope just because of like shock.
Are you alright?
I think I'm seeing ghosts. I don't know.
I usually
I-
get that reaction out of you, Kyle.
Surprised?
Indeed.
Gonna need some answers. As she just kind of. Do I see like outside of them? Do I notice like any like the I guess Oni clan that Star had pointed
I mean,
out?
you definitely see him standing next to that guy.
Oh yeah, it's that fucker. I didn't know if there was like any like officials near them or they're just kind of standing around, thumbs up.
There
their
is.
ass.
I'm just trying to find the token.
No worries. Well, at least we know that Margolia is here, but I'm confused more than anything.
On table, didn't Morgana from Paradon told Elliot and Decma about the sightings of the brother?
Uh-huh.
Kyle saw, yeah, and Kyle saw him as well, but she just kind of wrote it off before, and now.
Well, directly talking to them, you see this person,
Fucking love that
along
image.
with a bunch of very heavily armed and armored, as we would call them, samurai. Each in
Okay.
very distinguished red and purple armor that is made to really accentuate the what you assume to be Oni status.
Moogle, I'm gonna need a ruling on this because I think this would make sense for Kyle,
Yep,
considering her. Oh.
This wonderful person.
Nah, she just has her face tattooed. She's fine. It's definitely not burnt scars at all. Actually, that is a rose tattoo. Moogle, I have a question, and I'm gonna need your ruling on this. First and foremost, are they about a mile away or further?
From you, they're about a good 1,000 yards.
So no. I think? My brain's trying to do math.
1,000 yards is definitely not a mile.
Okay. Did I do it though? Let me roll something. It's gonna suck if I fuck this up. But it would make sense for the character. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Moogle. I'd like to break the psychic link with the party and instead connect to Hermes. Since it's anyone I can see with it, and it lasts. Hold on, let me make sure. I want to read this correctly before I do this to see if it works as long as I can see them. But I know the connection lasts a mile. Where is it?
I need you to, oh, what would you say, do that connection?
Give me 1 second just to make sure I can actually do this to see if it has to. They have to be closer before I connect to them, or it doesn't matter. Or as I
I
see.
think it's somebody you can see.
I just want to make sure before I do it. Oh my god, there's so much here. As an action. Oh, yep, up to you. Up you can see, and I can't see him. So I guess the three of you just feel like the connection stopped for a minute, which is never a good thing when it's forcefully
I
snapped.
look at Elliot. A brother.
I was hoping those reports were just that, rumors.
Okay.
Good thing
so
we told her.
Kyle's
She'd
just
probably
gonna-
be stabbing us right.
I want you to tell me what your stat is, where your psionic comes from.
Her psionic powers. Fuck, where would they come from?
Because I'm determining if it's going to be a wisdom or a intelligence save.
I would honestly think it probably would for a connection probably be generated from her horns and kind of slowly work their way up, kind of like a weird beam, but it's usually not. It's like purple sparks that kind of channel their way up her horns like a kind of like a miniature blast, but not really seen.
All right. So we're going to say it's an intelligence save, which I need you to make.
Oh, thank fuck.
You do have a +3 because you're close by to Elliot.
Well, thank God I want to burn my inspiration for today. Retry it. +3, so 22.
You just passed.
Thanks, Elliot.
You connect. And for a moment, you felt the most overwhelming personality you have ever connected to. Something big. Something beyond you, beyond Hermes. Something that kind of, for the moment, you felt weakness in your legs. Before you hear a lot of voices. But very quickly, it just turns to one. Hermes. And all you feel is that sense that you have been recognized.
Kyle,
Are you still looking through the spyglass?
yeah.
You watch him turn, and you can tell that he's staring directly at you. And after a few moments, Margulius and the other one do too. And you
Kyle,
hear
what's
a
going on?
voice.
Hold on.
Dear
Right.
head, you really should have stayed away.
Hermes, what the fuck are you doing?
My destiny.
be part
And
of that.
you feel the mental leak break from his side, and it is, you felt the others drop it, and it's kind of like, whatever. Somebody
Yeah.
hung up a phone. This is like getting slapped in the forehead with a 2x4.
Ah, fuck. Well,
Kyle,
Well-
what exactly happened?
we may have been made. She's just kind of rubbing her forehead.
Elliot, may I see through the telescope then?
Yeah, she'll just hand it over.
Elliot gets in and takes a quick scan over that direction.
You can see that Hermes is still looking up there. Margulius has returned to speaking to that woman, and the one you've known as Jerry is moving off with a group of cloaked figures.
What? Oh, cloaked figure. Okay.
No,
Elliot-
globe figures. In the shape of globes.
Anything else on the ship or
Yeah, you see the crew moving around, doing
right?
crew.
Elliot quickly gives the telescope back. Right, I think it's best we leave now. They got an armed force coming towards us, I think. And Elliot looks right at Kyle. Good thing we took a more distance approach on this. But it's just we make haste. One individual looking at our location, and the woman with the strange facial accessory is leaving with a bunch of cloak figures, and I suspect she's on our tail now.
Alright, let's just get the hell out. And Kyle, just take your telescope back. In the bag.
You just see Star, who's just sitting back there going, I knew this was a bad idea. Alright, follow me.
Elliot,
Okay.
just gonna add, yes, you knew it was a bad idea, but yet you still helped us. Thank you.
Mostly because I wasn't thinking that stupid. Whatever you did, because looks like they're coming after us. So keep up as she takes off at a full sprint.
Thank God Kyle can. I don't think the rest of the party.
I look at
that,
Elliot.
she's
I look at everybody running off. Shit.
Toom,
So it's
toom,
a
toom.
regular pace run, not a tabaxi sprint.
Oh, okay. Well, I was assuming mug sprint, not tabaxi sprint.
Well,
No, she's
Elliot's
keeping up
actually
with your
gonna.
slowest.
Okay, okay, okay.
I meant for
Well, Elliot is gonna hold
consistency.
back. Elliot is gonna hold back to keep in pace with Deckham, but he is going to add in if Zamar is within hearing range. I am a bit worried that Kyle might jeopardize everything if the rumors about her, well, no longer a rumor that her brother is still on the ship. I'm just curious as to, well, we have been told before that he was dead, and now he is alive.
Just out of general curiosity, Mungo, from all the voices, I didn't really recognize anything because it was all just like white noise until my brothers basically came through the sea of all the voices.
You definitely heard Margulia's voice in there.
Okay.
You remember the were rat. You
Okay.
heard his voice for some reason.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
You don't know what Jerry sounded like, but you think you heard a voice like that.
Okay, so is it, just to clarify, is it like hundreds of voices or like 4 or 5 just talking really loudly?
A ship full.
Ah, that's even better. So about like 30.
Yeah. More like 60.
Even
It's a big ship.
Okay.
Yours is like a bark or something. His is more like a full galleon.
Oh, cool. That's what we get to fight against one day. Here's hoping. Anyway, So I guess, yeah, we'll
And
head
the
out.
number of cannons you have is one deck for him.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
Yeah, Elliot, again, speaking to Deckham and Zamar, if Zamar's in earshot or he ran up ahead, I don't know. I'm thinking about that warning or advice that Lady Morwen gave to Zamar about everything on this island is a lie. Could it be some Deckham? You have some knowledge of magic, I hope.
Yes.
Is it possible that looks back at the direction of the ship, the individual that is standing there is pretending to be Hermes or a complex reanimated corpse?
It could be either, but you must remember, he does give quite a compelling offer when we first arrive. And if you're willing to give up that item, is, well, who could say? Obviously, we won't.
I'm
Maybe
just worried
that
Continue.
her brother is not the same man she thinks he is. Could go either way. He could just be evil or has been compelled. You've seen me compel people before.
Yes, there is. I do have knowledge of that particular ability that my vampiric side, or at least the true vampires, would have. Thankfully, I wasn't cursed with that ability, but I am also wary of the fact that Kyle may lose rational thinking completely. You're
Huh?
better at judging if one is unstable.
None of you are stable.
That is why that is why I nominate you as the one keeping an eye on us.
Alright, great. Nothing's changed.
I nominate you. Bruh, I was already doing that from the beginning.
I nominated myself by the first time we came off that ship.
All right. So you guys are
Oh.
running. It's a lot of stairs, some back alleys, mostly to get from one set of stairs to another. But eventually you end up on top of this crevasse. There's a pretty big major road to the point where it's pretty much paved in cobblestones and such. Star kind of stops, turns to all of you. Well, she's definitely in shape. It's been quite a climb. You know, you've gone up a good 1,000-something feet from sea level in a pretty short amount of time.
Like, I'd assume that I'd be used to this.
Yeah, for you it was
'Cause,
definitely
kind of where
heavier being down there. You're used to higher mountains. She doesn't seem necessarily as winded. Like maybe she is in a climate where mountains are a thing. The rest of you, I mean, especially Kyle, I don't know.
I mean, she's been, because Forewind is high in the air, but I don't think that was just assisted, so it wasn't like climbing herself. So she'd probably have like some winded, especially with
Yeah,
like
it's like the equivalency of climbing to Forewind from
yeah.
Abu.
It sounds like Deckham's coolant fan is about to take off.
It's a PS4 that's been.
Yeah.
No, he's actually got Negum has the red ring of death right around his eye hole.
Oh no, I mean the PS4 is like, especially when they get old, they start sounding in some games. They start sounding like they're trying to take off. The jet engine getting ready for.
The 360 was really bad too, especially the older ones.
Especially if they get like you never dusted
Red
them.
ring. Oh yeah,
Mm.
God.
I was about to add, despite not needing to be able to breathe, Elliot's still part human, so there's actually some sweat, even though he's not breathing hard.
Fucking
So she kind of
And the other
stops,
thing,
looks at all of you. Okay, so we can take the main road, which is going to be easier to travel, safer, other than the fact that we're being pursued, and the Oni clan searches it regularly. Or we can take some side trails, which are significantly more dangerous, but probably not as hard, or probably considerably harder to track us.
What are the disadvantages of the side road outside of probably getting beaten the shit out of?
A lot of stuff.
Well,
Yokai. Hopefully nobody. Crazy woods people. You know, the usual.
I mean, we've dealt with a crazy woods person. Looks for the bony cat.
well, considering our adversary is the woman with the strange face, I had forgotten her name, was traveling with a bunch of cloaked figures. I suspect they're likely the type that would want us to be in the off-road.
What kind of cloaks? She kind of looks. You remember they were white and black.
I don't know the exact design, but the colors was white and black.
Oh, great. Silent.
Who are they?
You remember the guys we had to kill back in, what is that, Paradon?
Yeah.
With
Ah,
the
ones
stone
without
mouths.
faces.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess you could say mercenaries for hire.
Well, on the plus side, if we stab them or kill them, they won't make a sound, so we don't have to cover up their mouths.
I'm more concerned about the fact that the face accessory woman is leading them.
Do we
And
know anything
considering-
about her at all outside of her name?
No.
It works for Margulio.
Yeah,
Yes.
not much to go on. Because the last time we dealt with a guy that worked for Margolia, they were just a giant fucking rat.
He's probably evil.
Let us not forget
Again?
that there's-
Noted.
let us add on the fact that she's likely something of a supernatural power. We did also ran into a walking bipedal shark man.
Wait, did we? When?
Yeah. You remember him? He beat the crap out of half of you.
Oh yeah, fuck, I
Yeah.
remember that. It's been a bit. My
That's the
brain-
guy who
That was
who
like
finally,
session 1. Yeah.
That was the guy
the
who
one
was
that we were
finally
like-
able to take him down.
we were just killing everything. Because we just like got into a position, it was like, alright, hold.
The guy you watched break someone in half and throw them off of a ship.
Yeah.
That's why Ellie is like, look, just because she looks like a human woman with a face accessory does that mean that she's also quite capable of transforming into something terrifying.
Yeah. Fine. I think the main roads will probably be the best bet. Do we have any way to travel them, or are we walking?
This may sound
Short of renting horses, which I don't think we want to go back and do.
No.
We could get to another village and try.
then I suggest we may take the main road for now, due to the fact that if we are accosted, which I doubt we'll get much backup from the Shogunate Onis, at the very least, our enemies will not be able to, well, I hope, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, are not going to be overtly showy on the main road.
Being that we're in Oni territory and we just saw them with Oni, I don't think that's really a problem for them.
Then I guess the off track then.
I mean, it really just seems like we're going to get in a fight either way. It's if we want to fight the Oni outright as soon as we get here, or, wait.
Plus, the worst part is we don't know how bad the forests are here. We've never been here. Worst comes to worst, we could just die tired on there.
Wow. I
The
personally
key
would like
thing
to
is
know.
to stay on the trail.
I point at the two people that are from here.
I mean, I do know the way around a bit and things to look out for, but... And frankly, I don't think he remembers anything. Kind of looks at Zamar.
As I said, I never really left the monastery very much.
No, the one thing I'm sad about is I didn't get to get sake before we left.
That's on you.
Yes, this is literally your fault.
Yeah, I'll probably get some when we get closer to somewhere else.
But then Elliot does turn to Zamar. Considering this is your quest, at least in this part, and I think it's best you decide where we should go.
Well, I'm always up for a little bit of danger. I think we take the short path that is slightly more dangerous. A shortcut that's slightly more dangerous.
Well, the main road's the shortest route. Off-road is probably safer from them.
I will
I
go
guess
with where
over the
Zamar
table,
wishes to go.
do you guys want to go through the forest or go through the main road?
I vote Forest.
I vote for us as well, and we'll kind of hedge our bets.
I'll go with Elliot
Deal.
decides. Sorry, you were saying again?
I said deal.
Okay. So forest it is.
Oh shit, we got the briefcase with $1. Fuck!
All right.
I mean, my theory is that we probably should start fucking with the main adversary just yet.
Yeah.
To be fair though, this kind of kicked off
That's
because
the
of
fun.
Kael's fuckery.
She
Exactly. Yeah.
leads you some pretty dark forest for a while. Kind of keeping an eye on things. Eventually you do come to basically the equivalency of a wagon trail. Alright, we should be able to follow this for a while and either end up at a village or some sort of civilization. So who wants to roll me some dice?
Not me. I don't like dice. They're not my friend today.
You know what?
So-
I want to vote Jason for this or Zamar.
Yeah,
because-
it's his
What do you
little
What do you
art stuff.
need?
Roll me 3d100.
Oh no.
Ah.
Oh! Bro.
Wow, it's ascending
That's...
by force.
I'm scared. I'm scared for the. I'm scared for the slight chuckle from Moogle.
Okay, I'm busy typing, so I was like, I don't.
We're
have
about to
time.
run into the 3 different yokai that'll eat our fucking soul and the chicken house.
Oh, guys, we're gonna run into Jeff.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, bro.
I know a guy, and it's just like an old hag yokai.
I know a guy, but she's a girl, but she also might be a dude.
What's the name? I forget. What's the name of the yokai that Jinx is
I don't
based
know.
off of?
I didn't
The
check,
yokai-
but I didn't think I had to check either. You know, it's 2023. You can be cool with that kind of stuff.
That's just Jeff in a nutshell, to be honest.
Actually, that entire
With the
statement is
Jinx?
just straight up Jeff. Yeah. Jill, I don't really care. She.
And then tried to freeze my soul. I wasn't cool about that, but we're all right.
That was not the cool part of the day.
Are you referring about Tinks?
No, Jeff. No. The Jinx, the Pokemon. What its yokai is it based off of? Because Tinks is technically
Right.
based off of a Kitsune.
If we worked on
I-
stream, I would have said something horrible.
Do not. Do fucking not.
I wasn't going to.
I know what you're going to say
Mhm.
too. Fucking god.
Wasn't it supposed to be like some Jinx, the Pokemon supposed to be based off on those
It's an old
girls?
woman in the mountains that usually would freeze people. I think they're like shunted women that I could honestly be wrong because they are yokai based.
I thought it was the those gangster chicks or the ones or the
No,
kind.
no, let's not go down this road.
I don't. Hey, look, I'm at least willing to admit that I'm ignorant
trying.
about the culture.
I
So
know, but no,
I just remember some of the old controversy stuff and everything else that was flying around.
that's the joke that Jeebus was going to make. By the
Yeah.
way,
Okay.
That's
So
what I was gonna
unlike,
say.
so unlike Jeebus, me, who again part of my reporter background, I just went straight into it because that's how I have to be.
but no, there it's based off yokai that I think it's kind of also the same inspiration that was used for the Ice Queen in like fuck, I forget who wrote the original Ice Queen story for the Grimm
Frozen.
Fairy Tales. No, not that's what Frozen's based off of, but it's not the same.
No
Get that
way.
shit out of here.
Christian Anderson.
Yeah, I think that's what Jinx. I think Jinx or the Ice Queen takes inspiration from that yokai, if I remember correctly, because uh he had a very inspiration. A lot of his inspiration came from sometimes Japanese fairy tales as well, if I remember correctly. It's been a bit since I've done my like fairy tale lore. But yeah, Jinx is based off either a yokai or a witch. I might also be thinking of Frostlass as well, which is also similar.
I think you're thinking Frostlass.
I thought Frostlass was the Yukiona.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Is a mythical female-only Japanese mythical called the Yukion. Oh no, I guess they both are. It's just different inspirations. Because it says Jinx is also based off the Yukiona. I guess it makes sense because they both have like similar backgrounds anyway.
There's a moment when I'm trying to find something.
Oh, hold on. Let me get some. Music. Let's get the Halo theme because we're about to get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if Harley will allow me to walk down the aisle to the
Which one?
this one.
Can you fucking imagine?
It's pretty enough. No,
I was
actually, no.
joking.
Halo 3.
Hold on. I made a joke at Sam if we ever got married that I'd want to walk down to. Hold on. I made a joke for which song?
I would also be okay with Dovahkiin.
Rah rah.
Did we walk down the aisle with any song playing?
What?
Did we walk down the aisle with any song playing?
I did, yes.
Oh no, you did. Did me and you?
Huh?
Did me and you?
We didn't walk down the aisle together.
That's true.
Yeah, Jason. That kind of happens after.
Aisle. We were in the middle of the woods.
I'm trying to.
Now that we had like our music in the cabin, so
Yes, there was music playing. I don't remember what it was that I watched. It was an instrumental version of like.
we should have. Do you remember the 20th man?
Playlist.
It was on our playlist actually.
That's horrid.
Listen, our wedding was awesome.
Yeah, Jason, I can't see you
I
with
could not-
anything, but
I could not have asked for a better wedding. It was like, I guess I didn't really know what to expect, but like, in every sense of how perfect it could have ended up, it was like the perfect wedding for us.
Great.
Alrighty.
How bad is it? Just give me a scale from like 1
To like
and
100.
100.
Yeah.
Depends on what your passive perceptions are.
19.
Oh,
Does anybody have alert?
No.
Elliot.
Yeah,
hold
Elliot
on.
would.
Unfortunately, this is not Fangs.
Shit.
Yeah, no. Plus, we're only what? 9th level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I have Sentry's Rest.
Wait, what about that eyeball of yours? Or is
Oh.
that just
Oh wait, yeah. What? Oh my.
Also, I
Not
forgot.
when you're
What?
asleep.
I don't know because I.
Pretty sure that's
I don't know
only
how
when
his
you're
I don't know how his eyes
Yeah, how
work.
does your eye work, Deckham? Do you turn it on and off? Do you wipe it? Oh,
I think it
also I
literally
found
just
this.
gave me dark vision. I
Oh.
didn't think that.
Also, I found the
I know
joke.
it gave you something vision tied.
Also,
Oh.
jokingly, I found the.
I would have had to
Dog.
use it as an action for getting snuck up on. Not like.
Yeah. Oof. Also, Jeebus, I found the song that I would use for the if Sam and I ever got married. It was just the fucking Cynthia's approaching theme. That'd just be so fucking funny. To me, at least. It's like, why do I hear boss music?
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. I think I gotta put that up. So, hit them rolls.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Oh my god, my only character where I only have to roll 1 initiative. Hell yes.
Roll
Gets double
for
initiative.
initiative.
Okay. I'll roll my
Actually, I
initiative.
guess Deli too, but also I still have like Scruffy. I still have Familiar to play.
True, but it
I
goes on your
rolled
own.
a 2.
I rolled a number.
Guys, why am I
Rolled
going
7.
first?
Because I rolled like ass and I'm not used to this land.
I'm just always ready to murder. Tekken is
Kyle's kinda
baseline
just-
ready to kill.
I mean, understandable. He is a war machine.
Yes, the shitty.
At least
Elliot
I'm
didn't
going.
have really no freaking deck, so he always had to really rely on that roll.
Oh,
That's why I took
Cool.
alert on my paladin.
I should probably take alert on Kyle because it would make sense with how fucking. But I also
Right,
don't.
she is.
but- Yeah.
I took only resilient and tough, so
Elliot just wanted to be a tank. Understandable.
I've taken no feats. I've only taken charisma.
To be fair, spellcasters really don't need a lot of feats unless you're like doing concentration stuff. At least in my mind.
okay, so to set this in perspective, you guys are still moving through. Attack.
oh, I should have this back up.
That moment when the second text comes before the first one, and you're just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It's not too much trouble. If what's not too much trouble? Oh, mom text me. Anyway, so yeah, Star, of course, is going to keep moving down the path. Deckham.
uh, Good. general distance I was behind her in line.
This is kind of just position yourselves how you would be in order kind of thing. So, Kyle,
Okay. I'll take.
I just wasn't sure what your marching order would be and how you would space out. So, and then Zamar.
Well, might as well just all group up. So we
I
all
mean,
can
I'd
get
probably
fireball.
be next to Star.
Okay, and Elliot.
Elliot will be taking up the rear with Deckham.
You and I are probably chatting. Like, this force doesn't really seem that evil.
Then immediately a tree just bitch slaps you.
He'd be just kind of like right there, mostly because he trusts that Deckham can also move to the group or alert them while he can handle a fight. And for Elliot himself, best to have he can at least trust that he can be fast enough to go to the front or support Deckham if the enemy wants to go after their spellcaster.
Literally everything aggressive I do has a 300-foot sound radius.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, not really, but it's more for flavor that Deckham is just a loud fighter. There's no stealth involved with this metal man.
Oh,
Does a 22 hit Elliot?
Hold on. Make sure I got all my Yes, it does.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh shoot!
Yes, that's
Oh,
what the guy did.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh.
We got more.
Yeah. Weird. I've used this sheet before as well.
So that comes out to 10 plus 46 poison plus 24 sneak attack.
Con save for the
Has it
poison.
been?
Yeah, I need to make the save for the poison, but first let me just take the poison, which let me make sure. Do I have any resistances? I don't think so.
You
You're
resist
dead.
psychic.
It's just
I
a
don't know if
slight-
I don't remember if your type of undead does or not.
No, I'm only half undead. I'm
Yeah.
only Yeah, let me just make sure I just check. +2. Yeah. Okay. So that's already a 9.
Paladin, I don't know if you've reached the stage where poison doesn't affect you.
1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4,
No, that's 10, I think.
and then yeah. So anyway, con.
Succeed.
So I'm only taking half of that. That's,
23. It was a crit.
So it was a wait.
Assassinated it counts as a crit. So I just double everything.
Oh,
Wait, I thought any creature that scores
Okay.
against a surprise
so
creature
1,
is a crit.
2, 3, and okay. Oh, I'm likely gonna be in the red very soon.
Sorry.
Man, I love these because
They're
because
great.
a lot of DMs don't know how to
They
run
go,
them, even myself.
Bam!
And then
Wait
you're
a
like,
minute.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
I hate to say it, I rolled a 1 and a 2. And if you can guess who 2 is,
Yeah. It's just funny to me because I think we've
Ow.
all used this. We all use.
Do I get a
that's
reaction?
12. Yeah, technically.
Ooh, shield.
If you want to believe, in one, yes.
So
That turns my AC into a 23.
then you, yeah, you bypass. Let's see.
I watch Elliot get shot in the chest. I go,
40,
no, thank you.
42 straight damage and God, what would that be?
Does Deckham not have
30
resistance to poison as a Warforged?
36
I have resistance to
36
poison.
Poison.
I had a pretty high chance of making the DC if it, so. It would definitely hit me a lot less, but Deckham doesn't want to take that at all. I'll definitely burn a first level spell slot to shield that shit.
Yeah, there's a nice big hole right now,
Oh!
Elliot.
Oh!
Okay, it's Star's turn.
Well, at least we can't be surprised now.
You guys
Yep.
just hear from Deckham. Uh-oh!
And Elliot has a nice big hole in his chest.
Oh, not performance, perception, derp.
No, she's gonna perform for. Wow, Jesus Christ, woman.
Well, she's gonna drop to the ground and hide behind a tree because that's the only sensible thing, and even though she has no idea which direction they're coming from.
Shouldn't
She's
it be like
taking-
an? Oh, continue.
So Star's gonna take full cover. Deckham.
I actually can barely catch the second one with my perception. If I roll well.
Ah, damn it. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to do the same thing and try to see who the fuck just shot my friend.
I'm not.
Well,
You don't see them, but I'm gonna tell you that a ruler out. The shot that hit you, or almost hit you, came from this direction, and the one that hit Elliot came from this direction.
The attacks came from the south and southeast, but I have no idea where they are now. I'll take a couple steps forward. Was doing the perception my action?
No.
Cool. I'm going to use this.
Just okay. I need to look up True Sight real quick.
I don't think it sees through stealth. As long as they're
It
not
doesn't.
like hiding magically, they still could just hide from me.
It's True Sight is for magic invisibility. Tremor sense or Tremor sight is for stealth ability. That's usually how it's ruled.
I mean, Deckham
remember.
feels like he did a pretty good job at looking, so he's like, maybe if I use this. And there's
Unless
just,
they're in the.
it's literally like the Metal Gear Solid vision cone that shoots out in
Oh
front
my
of him.
God. Hold on.
All right. Allow me to ask a DM question.
Which one?
If you can see into the ethereal plane, does that bypass physical
No.
objects?
I would say no, because usually the ethereal plane is described as still being able to see the physical objects that are in them. It's just like a mirrored world, basically.
Okay.
That's how I always roll it.
I
Yeah.
will state that you do, as you do that, there is an area that, there are two areas, which is the same direction you're looking at, that lighten up, as if you are seeing through a magical darkness.
Hmm.
Over there and over there. Ish.
Wait, ping that again.
He didn't
Deckham?
ping. He didn't ping.
Yeah.
It was around here
You have
and around here.
Okay.
an idea of somewhere in this direction and somewhere in that direction.
The Deckham just points that way and that way. Ish. Why does it sound like Sonic Boom?
It's Shin Megami Tensei,
Gotta go fast.
so. Rolling around!
That will be my
Hey.
turn.
Because you're not gonna do anything else. Okay.
That's all
Kyle.
I can do.
Is there, like, how high is the brush? Or, like, is there any trees in the path? Like,
Yeah, it is forest, so
Okay.
trees that are up to like 30 feet tall.
That's fine.
Some
That's all I-
bamboo.
that's all I need to do. First, perception. Nailed it. Second, not knowing where my people are, going to. I can't bonus action then hold an action, correct? If I remember how it works.
I don't think so.
Okay, then I'm just gonna I'll just use my regular
I
action.
mean, what bonus action are you gonna use?
Well, I was gonna bonus action, stealth, and then like ready in action in case some. Yeah, you know what I mean. Kind of.
Yeah, it like I said, it depends on what the bonus action is. So,
Okay.
You know, if it's bonus action, hold a smite. Nah. Bonus action, hide. Okay.
All right. So yeah, I'll bonus action, and if I see any of their ugly faces, I'll stab them with a knife or something with a psychic blade. All right, let's go. Like not used to this area, just
You've
fucking
been
kick.
rolling.
Yeah, fucking
You've been
just kick.
rolling so well tonight.
Dude, don't remind me. Fucking hits it and like, God fucking damn it, I hate this.
You go to jump in a bush, realize it's Briar.
Ah, fuck.
No. I imagine she like goes to hide behind a tree, but it's like bamboo, and then just kicks down all the bamboo. Like, so it's just all gone. God damn it. Fucking horrible.
Alright. Zimar.
Well, do we think that my perception is any better?
You can try.
No. I guess I. Deckham, you said they were to the southeast.
We're like southwest, southeast. Directly south of you.
Is there any like trees or bushes in the southern area that I could run to and then hide?
A lot.
Okay, I'm gonna run. How far away is this? 35. We'll just say. We'll say to this location, and then I will get all sneaky. Hopefully. Oh my god.
Alright. It is their turn.
Wait, what? Oh. Right, I only got a 4,
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
It's alright. Because I saw the initiative move.
And these are coming out of stealth, so they will get the sneak. Does an 18 hit?
Hello there.
Yeah, and he
Does an
basically
18
drops out of
hit?
the tree and just like stabs at you.
18 does hit.
And the sneak attack on the first one. Not bad. And I need that con save. Sorry. And the second attack. And then I need another con save. Ouch. Sorry.
Ow.
I mean, you could technically deflect missiles for one of those since it doesn't cost key to deflect it.
No, they're stabbing him.
They're stabbing me.
Have you considered not getting stabbed?
Yeah, literally, this guy dropped out of like Zamar runs up to the tree, and the guy drops out of the tree he ran up to.
Oh, that's hilarious. Also fucking horrible.
Okay.
I swear to God, every GM throws the assassins at that party like they can handle it. Then you realize, oh no.
That will be fine.
I know, it's just funny.
Considering a 10 doesn't hit, well, actually, it would be an advantage. So, sorry,
He shouldn't be.
they're from stealth.
Oh yeah, surprise. Yeah.
Who are they shooting at?
So, what's that? Plus 6. Does a 16 hit
Who are they
Deckham?
shooting at?
Deckham? No, my AC is 18.
Then yeah, you watch as some more arrows come at you, or an arrow comes from at you from this direction.
Have they
And Elliot.
not attacked Kyle?
I'm gonna look at that direction. What?
I'm not able to reach him. So.
Fucking knock it off!
Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is use the Shield of Faith from my own sword to boost myself to a little bit higher on defense.
Oh, I do have pepper.
Moogle. These
Yes?
guys haven't targeted Kyle at all, correct?
No, I have been rolling Deckham.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was literally because she was Oni or that was like a plot reason.
No, I just roll. I'm like miser.
It's funny to me then.
Not
That's
being a dick. I'm just rolling. And one person has been taken out of that pool, which is Zamar. So there was a 1 in 4 chance of one of you getting attacked, and it ended up being Deckham again.
it's okay. I understand that you hate Jeebus.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh,
roll
oh,
perception to see if I can find the enemy.
Haha. Well, what the assassins didn't know is that the sorcerer is the off tank.
You see the one fighting Zamar, but you do not see the other one.
All right, I'm going to use half my movement to go onto the to kneel down into a prone position.
Let's get actual music because
Actually, dropping I
hear the
consider to be
drums.
doesn't take half your movement.
Hmm?
Dropping
Okay.
does not take half your movement.
All right. I'm just basically trying to keep myself low to the ground, but for my action,
Fitting.
oh wait, it doesn't right. I didn't put third level spells. Never mind.
Gojira.
Hmm.
Actually, that's Pickle, isn't it? That's Pickle.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it is pickle. You know what? Damn, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna burn 20 points of my lay on hands to heal myself up a little bit. Because that one shot punching me right below my. Alright, that's it for Elliot right now.
Well, Star, seeing her brother, is going to use half of her movement. So, if I remember a monk's movement, they would still basically be able to get close enough. And switch to the right sheet. Essentially, it's a range thing.
I was gonna say, doesn't she also have feline agility? Because you did move.
Oh, good reason.
Okay. Well,
Wrong button. God darn it. I'm doing terrible. But it's the same attack and damage output, so. Well, actually, it would be the d6. So I'll just roll those again.
well, your guidance isn't doing well.
Yeah, I don't know why that's still on there. I got rid of it.
I honestly forgot because I turned mine off a while ago. I think it's like there's a way to do it in the NPC sheet, but I think it's only from the NPC sheet.
Yeah. And what she's doing, actually, Zamar's a rock guy. You realize, Zamar, she's throwing marbles. Like,
God
very
damn it!
flat marbles.
This is our
I
this is
say
fucking
through
family.
gritted teeth because my body hurts right now. Are marbles more effective than rocks?
Damn it.
Well, you watch as these things, I mean, they're hard, but as they hit, they shatter. So they're doing some different damage, and that one definitely takes that damage.
And if I threw a rock hard enough, it'd shatter.
If I cast Shatter on a rock, it shatters.
Alright, Nelly, calm down.
All right. And she's not in range for that, so she's gonna take the dodge action because she's a monk.
Did you show these tokens just so I could just get a visual? I'm curious.
These are the guys that you fought before with the stitched up mouths. So this
Oh, okay.
token really doesn't do anything. It's just generic
Yeah.
assassin drow racism.
That's understandable.
Alright. Well, Takum just has been shot at twice, is watching Elliot and Zabar take these giant bolts to the gut. Gonna point at this guy. Just go. Not today. I'll blight him.
Okay, con save. not have a con save.
Oh well, fuck you two.
God damn it! Roll 20.
Fuck you.
Why do you hate
Take
me so
half.
much?
Okay.
Well, Tony hates me.
Dude, it hates me today too, man. I feel that.
What's half of 35?
17.
Okay. Yeah, it still hurt.
And then I'm
Anything
just
else?
going to, I mean, because I'm still wandering around with True Sight, I'm just going to continue to like float around to see if he's just like, that can move 10 feet without provoking. Like, see if that fucker's around here somewhere. It's like hiding behind a tree.
Kyle.
Alright. Second verse, same as the first. I think those people have that manhandled down there. Dude, God, it hates me today. Or something.
It's just the RNG gods.
I'm approaching, gonna roll a nice stealth and see how that goes. Gonna kick another rock or a baby, I guess.
I'm not sure
I
how
hate
Elliot
myself.
feels about me. I just cast a high level necromancy spell.
15, and I guess I'll ready in
Nothing
action
really.
again. If I see a guy, I'll stab him or throw something at him.
Alright. Zamar.
I'm gonna punch this man real hard.
Hit, miss.
And then have him roll a dex save.
Okay, let me add the numbers first. Dex. Oh, he actually gets a dex save. Let's just roll that.
He is not knocked prone.
Well, he's stealthy, or he quick more. You get a feeling he's well trained in martial arts. And it is their turn.
Wholeness of body is an action, not a bonus action, right? Yes, it
Yes.
is an action.
But which one is that? The healing one or?
Yeah. 3 times your monk level.
Well, these guys are a bit crazy. So
Kill yourself.
I guess the second one hits. So we'll need a con save. Yeah. So you have that. So 9 and 12.
Felix and Mars so done with this fuck.
I think anybody would be after that first bullet shot.
Oh wait, I get the other guy. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're
Turn,
kind
Elliot.
of fucking fine.
Let's find out what it is. Ashar 1d3.
Damn, he could see me with my 15 stealth. I hate my life.
Oh, roll 20. I see you hate the caster.
Come at me, Ned. Fuck you.
He definitely didn't.
Dekum that bounces off of Decum's armor again. Like, where the hell are you?
Did I see him pop out?
I
when he
will
fired or
kill
no?
you.
Let's find out. So you will re-stealth after.
Our pass
can
is
roll me a
19.
percent.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I allow that. So Decum can roll.
Go Decum.
Fine.
Ah. Hold on. Where's my knife? It's my knife. There it is. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. the deck and you're like, where the fuck are you? And then you just hear Kyle's knife go whizzing past your head.
Yeah, it's ding, and he's like turning around. Where the hell? Boom. Oh.
I don't think you get the sneak attack on that. So
I
10.
don't unless I was stealth, but that's fun.
He could see you, so I'm sorry.
I figured.
His passive is high enough to see you.
I figured.
Well, that still hurt.
Yeah. Definitely is.
And it's
That's
going
why I
to keep
got-
him nothing again. So, Elliot, it's your turn.
Did I see where that knife go?
There you are.
You see him now because he's just like, ah!
Perfect.
Well,
so
what
half
about-
my movement to get up.
And their mouths are shut, so it was more of a.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what?
Why does it make me think of the Aldofino people?
The
you.
use is out
Take a spiritual weapon.
I was supposed to
My
be
God.
bomb.
Miser, bro. You want to hit this man or?
Well, at least there's light over him now.
Bro, you gave him light.
We're about there.
Yeah, I was right above him. Yeah. What do I got for an action? Shoot.
I love the spiritual weapon.
You know what? Hold on. Am I in range? Oh, perfect. Just in range.
He's gonna throw a javelin.
I got
Finally.
2 of them. One question though, immediately before I start pinging things. Could I use Divine Smite on my javelins and as if they impact?
I usually only reserve it for bricks, but yes.
Who are you fucking Zeus?
No, that's with the
No.
javelin of lightning. That's a different
one
javelin,
hits.
which is also fucking funny.
Oh, the first one hits?
Yes.
Okay. 3rd level Divine Smite.
Man's about to eat ass. Oh my god, chill.
There is no chill at this point.
This is one of the first times you're hoping it's not undead.
Who, me?
No, the regular radiant, the 4d8 did better. Wait, what? Oh, that's addition.
I was gonna say, you alright?
No, I thought it was this one for people, this one for extra.
No, this
okay.
isn't silver and steel, dear. Yeah. Be 32.
Should burn my inspiration now, but not now. I already.
It's not worth it right now.
Yeah, I kind of want to save it just in case something happens elsewhere. But yeah, that's it for Elliot. I
Not
think
looking good. And she is gonna move in because she can. And she ain't dumb. Boom. Boom.
Bro, chill. Well, one of those, I guess.
Boom. And stunning strike. Because that's who she is. So that.
She flanking him as well.
Oh shit, you're right. So I'm gonna do the 29 and the 13, and then the 11 and the 25. So that second hit hits. Advantage. Third hit. Fourth hit.
Heh.
How'd I roll the same twice?
This guy's gonna die the death of 1,000 punches.
He's gonna get,
Just got,
he's gonna get
just
beat
got
up by
the hell beat out of him.
Cat just go in there and just start slapping the shit out of something.
Yeah. It's like a
No
yard
claws,
ball. Just
it's
watching
just
it
that-
get the-
Just that.
when timed so poorly. No, it's literally just like a yard ball just getting slapped. Bruh, this man.
Oh.
I kind of feel like this is what's happening to the assassin between the 2 siblings and the
He
Discord.
succeeds on not getting knocked prone, but I still need to see because that's 13, 28, 36. Well, that answers that question. So between the siblings, the guy gets beaten to a fucking pulp. Digger.
Well, it looks like the cat's paws are working. What about the mech arm?
It's about to get.
I'm gonna grab him.
Oh no.
Just this mechanical arm bursts from the ground and tries to grab him.
Wow.
Yes!
Oh, it was like because he was up in the tree and he's being all, ninja, and it's just like, whoa, shots.
Yeah, he just shakes the tree and just catches him.
Yeah,
Get down.
he dodged a transparent spirit axe. The light javelin him square in the chest, and he avoids the third one.
That's what throws him off.
The arm
else-
grabs him by the leg, just smacks him on the tree on the way down. Oh, look!
I can see that.
I caught a dick!
Star kind of looks around this bloody pulp and is like, looks at Zamar. Did you say what do you? Yeah.
I mean, technically, that also means God. Because dick
thought
does
they were
mean something
eunuchs.
else as well,
Road do
like a
road.
detective. Cool. Hello, friend. I have advantage.
Oh,
You
welcome.
get to meet this. You get to meet the special knife today. Let me find it.
Tries to make Blaster still ends up being support somehow.
Where is it?
I'd build Deckham's kit. What?
27.
Oh,
Yeah, I have the D100.
It's that
built
knife.
for- Yeah. I almost
She did
crit
say
on that
It's
too.
a funny knife.
He didn't have enough hit points to have you roll, so.
Okay. Hal just kind of like lets the blood just drip off and then puts the knife back. Well, takes care of that one.
Is there a third or fourth one?
Are we getting shot?
No, everything seems good.
I can't see anything, and I can see into the ethereal right now. Hello.
I will say you are seeing some odd things, like some lights floating through.
I was gonna say you probably see like some of the yokai bullshit.
Yeah, some weird things that look like, those sucker ghosts that they used to do. Where you take like a tissue paper and
Yeah.
wrapped it around us. You see some things that look like that floating through. You're very much like, what the fuck is going on?
Deckham just looking around like he's stoned out of his mind, randomly going, no. No.
Jacob, are you okay?
Oh, yes, there's friendly lights around.
Let's not talk to the friendly lights.
Why?
Could be the yokai.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
those are. Probably.
Deckham's just got that earthing. It lasts
Okay, I'm
for
back.
like. How does that last?
I suppose one thing before Elliot rejoins the crew, he's going to check the body. Also picking up his javelins, which I think one of them got destroyed when he turned it into a divine smite explosion.
You find some daggers, or some short swords, some knives, crossbow, some poison tipped arrows, bolts.
Alright, I'm going to take their gear. Might be able to use some of it against the enemy.
Studded leather armor, technically, but you notice that it's covered in a few symbols. that seem-
I'm not gonna mess around with the armor. I'm just gonna take the easily acquirable weapons. You said daggers, knives, and
Yeah, there's like 3 daggers, 2 short swords, a crossbow, and about a dozen bolts. That you can tell, not only these things meant to hurt, because they're crescent shaped, they're also meant, they're holding poison that's been coated onto them.
okay. Dozen bolts and poison. Okay. After stripping those items off.
And the same on the other guy if anybody steals his stuff.
Yeah, it's just as Elliot's heading back, you'll pass the crossbow and the bolts to Kyle. And I suspect you might find some better use of this than I do. No offense, but I don't think you're gonna be able to stab everything all the time.
It's not just that. I'm not a huge poison person. I had some other people that did it, but it's not my forte.
I highly doubt I got better aim than you do, though.
If it doesn't matter, I'll coat a rock with it.
That is true. It's Mark. Would you like to use a crossbow that nearly punched a hole in us? As Elliot, I'm going to actually.
BRB.
I thought he was back.
BRB.
But did he?
No,
No.
yeah, he's just BRB.
Oh, I am hearing things then. Yokai are speaking to me.
It's gonna heal myself for another 5. All right, I'm 3/4 of my health.
So is there any, while we're kind of walking in here not getting stabbed at the moment, are there any yokai in particular we should worry about in these woods?
I mean, there's a few.
I hope Dakham's not talking to all of them.
Well, usually the ones that we can't see with the normal eye are usually not the bad one.
That's why I'm afraid of Deckham waving at them.
Oh look, this one taught me something. And he's gonna use the mech arm to flip you all off.
They see he's running the assholes.
The worst yokai, being a dick.
I am still very confused as to why genitals has to be used as part of the profanity stuff.
Watch your profanities. Sorry?
I
Well,
thought this was a cultural symbol.
Star's just staring at you like, no.
I believe the term
Damn.
of it is called flipping the bird. I agree. Graybeard tends to use that particular gesture when he's upset at someone.
He was so aggressively clicking.
Probably
Are you
Jason.
back, Jason?
Yeah, I said I was back like 5 minutes ago.
Ah!
Okay, yeah, I was
talking
passing
to
you.
you.
I was passing you a crossbow with the poison stuff that basically punched holes into us.
I didn't get shot at all. I got stabbed.
Well, the poison that was very painful.
Yes.
I'm not crazy.
So yeah. How
I'm not
is
doing
Mar
too
looking?
well. I'm not
Right.
doing too well, buddy.
All right, good thing I
Thought of his
saved
own
this.
blood.
So heal up 20 as I give you my remaining points of lay on hands.
I will go ahead and use my wholeness of body as well.
And I didn't think I would have to use this. Actually, no, I didn't prep it yet, so no, I don't have it. Sorry, buddy, I can't use cure wounds on you right now.
I
Well,
think I'll be okay. I am fine. I can take this off.
But also heal for 20 because I just used the last points of my lay on hands on you for the day.
Yep, I put that in.
well, if these two caught up to us, we should get moving. I think there might be an inn
More
up ahead. We can get some rest. They're not aligned with them, and I don't know. Last time they let me stay, it was fine, so I don't know.
Of inns. Cozy.
I would love to in right now.
I don't want to know what that means with context.
I am confused by that phrasing. and I don't want to know either.
Are you still hitting on your sister?
No,
Can't believe this is a family of
I
incest.
now know it is my sister.
That's what stopped you. God damn it.
Elliot just quietly pinches the bridge of his nose and looks over to Star. And how long is it till we get to this place to rest? Or at least
How
get
long
our
until I
bearings?
don't have to hear Zamar talking about making incestual jokes?
No.
Well, hopefully before sunset, so about another half hour. If we keep up a good pace.
No.
Right. So I was gonna do one more divine sense.
I'm gonna kick this guy in the head on the way out.
Not much of it left, but yeah.
Not much is said. Ain't it a kick in the head?
Just kick the.
I'm gonna
Just
steal
kick
it. I'm gonna steal his Jordans.
He actually had a son named Jordan, and you're actually going to steal him. He was trying to put his son through college, and you're like, mine now.
That's the
As you
lowest I've been.
Yeah. As you guys keep moving forward, the forest seems to darken considerably. You do realize that the sky is, even with the cloud cover and the mists, is oranging a bit. And about the time she suggested or thought, you guys arrive at a small garden and what most of you think is just a house, and you're kind of questioning the weird paper walls. But there are lanterns, and it does seem inviting.
Do I see anything?
How long does that true sight last, actually?
That is a good question.
I think it's in an hour.
I think it's a minute. Is it an hour?
Here, I'll ping it real
no.
quick. Getting there, sorry.
We're gonna see like
You're
20 different.
Eh,
This is just
10
good.
minutes. That's
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'd probably be off.
Probably not.
Yeah, you went on a heavy acid trip for a while, and now you're back.
You,
I feel
you
like
got
I made
embraced
so
in
many
Japan-
friends.
Yeah, this seems like might be a little bit of refuge, and that is where we'll call it for tonight. I am Goth Moogle, the DM for tonight, and I play in these other buggers games. And catch you next time. I throw it over to Jeebus.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeebus Dingus on Twitter and YouTube. Find all of our content and on my YouTube channel. Just a little bit of a heads up. Not next week, but in 2 weeks, I will be missing those 2 sessions because I'm heading down to Mexico. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll throw it
Any
over
particular reason?
my sister's wedding.
Sick.
Yeah.
We're sorry for your loss.
No, it's okay. Jason, go for it.
Is definitely as confident as Jeebus was. I am Sir Free for All, and I just got attacked by my cat. But you can find everything for my YouTube and Twitch and all of that stuff. Sir Free for All. It's all the same. I'm really enjoying chilling out with my arc and my sister, who I should probably stop flirting with at this point. But that's gonna be it. I'll put it. I'll give it to Kyle.
Hello, I am the emotionally distraught rogue, because how else are you supposed to play a rogue? Because they don't know what emotions are. Yeah. You can find me on Transpace Mariner on Twitter, or Transpace Mariner on Twitch, or DM Mariner on Twitter. And yeah, next week we will, or not next week, but in 2 weeks we'll go back to my campaign and deal with the fallout of what happens when you blow your father's brains all over the wall and the ground and some of hell, I guess, at the Blood River. And kind of just figure out where the rest of the party's gonna go from there. Maybe introduce a new character, maybe not. I guess it'll just kind of depend. And yeah, I guess I think that's it. So, wait, nope, Miser didn't go. I almost forgot, and my brain was like, wait. Yeah, I'll throw it over to my other Sunday DM counterpart, Miser.
Hello, everyone. I know I don't make much of a presence, but I am
Eh,
my who plays Elliot for Sea of Sorrows. I am also the DM for Into the Wild Lands, which come next week. The party are gonna have to do the little game to go save their hobo buddy from the clutches of one of Red Fox's captains. And you can find my content on both YouTube and Twitch under Miser Mark. And I'll hand it over to Moogle to conclude our outro.
Okay, first of all, Colorado is in Kentucky, and this, the Sugar Isles are not the Kentucky of my game. So no.
What a fucking comment.
I'm
So
from
for anybody in Kentucky, tell your cousin hi and kiss her goodnight. But
Oh, I get it. Fucking
Oh my
incest jokes.
Oh my god.
Anyway. Thank you for joining us.
Anyway.
Next time will be a bit more horrifying. Not that it isn't already. So thanks
Yeah,
for joining
incest
us.
is truly the scariest part of this campaign.
Good night, everybody.
Campaign.